right, what is up everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another PE Live. Today got a great show for you guys. See already people filing in here, 80 people or so. Just to help out with the stream, guys. If you guys have not already done so, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes for this stream. That would be fantastic if we could do so. Already see people kind of getting frisky in the chat and everything guys. Just wait till we start up. I understand, like, you know, I know D-Dub, some people were asking me some questions and stuff. I got it, guys. I understand people got a lot of questions, but just to not derail things, we just try to make sure that we ask questions, whether what's in the topic matter or if it's like a random question, then you just ask it at the end. And the only reason why I say that, guys, is because people are asking me stuff all day, and I do Q&As with you guys every single day. Think about everybody else that's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about all of your favorite content creators or your content creators you watch. How many of them do Q&As like every single day? Like, how many of them answer questions all day on Twitter? Like, how many do that? Like, there's not that many. So I'm always trying to talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm trying to avoid you guys if I say, hey, wait, you know, for the topic matter. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to make sure that we keep things in order, you know, until we get to the point. Otherwise, people are just gonna be asking this question here, asking that question there. So it's not like I'm trying to be mean or anything, guys. But like I said, there's not another YouTuber my size that does Q&A. I do Q&As literally every single day, and I answer you guys' questions on Twitter too. Every single day, I'll answer you guys' questions on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, when I say that, guys, it's not like I'm trying to be mean or anything like that. I'm just, you know, just trying to make sure that, you know, we just at least get it within the topic matter. So what's up to everybody here? We do have a special shout out because it has finally happened. We have our first new badge for membership. Our first new badge. Everybody give a big freaking whoop. Give a big ninja shout out to freaking Ataki. He changes his names too much. Ataki, the Ashen Knight, dude. Ataki has that 1-year membership badge, the Rinnegan. He's went from the Makiku Sharingan to the Rinnegan. Shout outs to you, man. Congratulations on the new badge. It looks nice. It has like this aura to it that's like, oh snap, what is that badge that you got right there? So shout outs, man. Thank you for the long-term support. 1 year. First person that I've seen on the stream to have it at this point. But I think, like, if Mark is here, he's going to have it, obviously. And some other people that were here from the very beginning. So shout-outs, man. 1 year. That's freaking crazy. That's so insane, man. So shout-outs to you, Ataki. I do appreciate your continued support of the channel and everything, man. So anyway, let's go and let's get into the shout outs for today, guys. We're nearly at 100 people here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate people following in. Like I said, hit that like button, share the stream if you can. Let's get some more people in here to watch. So let's start off here. Jazzy's here. What's up, Jazzy? Shout outs to Elite Ninja Jazzy. Cool Carlos, what's good, my boy? Adelphine, what's good? In terms of the current sales, no, if we knew the current sales, then we would have told you. You would have already known if you watched my channel. There would have already been videos. It would have been plastered everywhere. So nobody knows the current sales until Nintendo says something. So, you know, like when you ask questions like that, you already know what the answer is going to be. No, nobody knows the current sales. You just look at what Nintendo announced back in like a few months ago. So just letting you know, because nobody's going to answer your question in here because nobody knows at this point. So and I didn't want to have you answer that question all the way at the end. Like, I'll say, oh, hold on to random questions, and then at the end you ask that question. I'm like, well, nobody knows, you know. So yeah, nobody knows right now. Just wait for Nintendo to announce it, and you'll get it. What's up, Abaddon? Shout out to Elite Ninja Abaddon, Elite Ninja El Chupacabra, Elite Ninja Alton V or AV. What's up, man? Or Alton Venezuela. There you go. What's up, man? KJ2399. What's good? Lucina says potatoes. Lucina likes potatoes. Tuna Hunter, what's good, man? Shout outs to Alonzo Vines, what's good, man? How you doing today? Jaquan Evans, what's up, man? Aron, shout outs to Elite Ninja Aron, good to see you here. Michael O'Brien, what's up, man? Let's see, hold up here. Hold up. Animal Crossing Q1 2019 is not confirmed. So you're saying Animal Crossing Q1 2019 hype? No, not hype. No, not hype. Maybe, but maybe not. We're going to talk about that because there's been a number of prominent tubers and people come out saying, oh, no, they're not so sure about that. Remember, it's a rumor. So hold up here. Let's not get hyped yet for something that is a rumor. Like, it could happen, but hold up. So not yet, my boy. Not yet. Yes, Buck Bumble, that is the Rinnegan. Yes, it is the Rinnegan. Yes, my boy Ataki has achieved something very few ninja in the village can achieve. Definitely shout outs, man. Let's see here. I live on an island now. Yeah, dude, you're pretty much the only one with that badge, man. So congratulations on that, man. Let's see here. VCIPZ, what's good, man? Deadlock7, what's good? I'm gonna just call you GK, what's good, man? Edgar C, what's good, man? Okay, there's a rumor about that. I don't know about that. Cody Love, what's up, man? How's it going, dude? Buck Bumple Essence, what's good, man? It looks like a gray Dragon Ball. It does kind of look like a gray Dragon Ball. Gucci Dolphin, what's good, man? Hold on to your random questions towards the end, man, and I'll answer your questions at the end when it comes to equipment. You just gotta stay a little bit longer, but that's a random question. Just hold on to that at the end, man. Or you can ask me on Twitter, and you'll probably get a quicker answer if you ask me on Twitter. But yeah, hold on, man. Hold on to that. If I start answering random questions now, man, everyone's gonna start asking me random questions. We also have a workshop, though. I will tell you this, Gucci. We have a workshop, a YouTube beginners workshop that we're going to be doing probably this Saturday, along with some like gaming news and stuff. So if you really want to learn about, equipment and what to use and what I use and all that, and get more in-depth information, if you can hold out till Saturday, that'll get you a lot of good information, because we will be doing a workshop like to get to your first 1,000 subscribers, something like that, where I'll be giving you guys tips and tricks and all sorts of stuff to kind of start up on YouTube. So yeah, look out for that, guys, this weekend. What's up, Velvety? How's it going? What's up, Party Man? Elite Ninja Velvety, Elite Ninja Party Man. How's it going, man? Let's see here. You'll be there? Absolutely, man. Shout outs to NR Merritt. What's good, my boy? NR Merritt, how you doing today? Good to see you here. Elite Ninja NR Merritt in the house. Good to see you. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Hashtag sponsored. I know, that's all it takes, man. All it took was, you guys see my boy PhD up here. All it took was $100 for me to admit that Xenoblade 1 was better than Xenoblade 2. But not better than Torn of the Golden Country. But better than Xenoblade 2. Shout outs to PB. PB's here. How's it going? You said I need that workshop. Well, you're welcome. Everybody's welcome to come to the workshop this weekend. If you're just interested in how I produce videos, or if you want to know like what the best cost-effective equipment is to get started, just things like that. It'll be this weekend. It'll be about an hour long or so. And we'll be going over a bunch of tips and stuff. So, if you guys want to come out to that, learn how to do some stuff, be good. I did give you guys like a little bit of an update on the village. I did start using my my cam link. My first video that I used my cam link was my review for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. This is a fantastic little device. Fantastic little device if you have like a camcorder, like if you have like a camcorder or something like that. It's really good, like for like my G7 Lumix that I have. So I thought the quality of like there was like, when I was recording it, like you can see like individual strands of my beard. Obviously I had to tone it down a bit for like the YouTube compression and all that, but man, the quality is super good. The quality is good. So if you guys haven't checked out my review for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country, make sure you guys do so. I had a lot of fun making it. It took me a long time to make the review. It took me a long time to make the review, capture some of the footage, go back in and do all that stuff. So it took me a lot longer than what I normally make for videos. But look forward to that. Tomorrow we're going to have, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. My time, PT, that is 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to have top October games, top like 5 October games or top October games for the Nintendo Switch. And I'll be using my cam link again. So I think, wait, or will I? I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I might not be. But we're going to have a high quality video, 6 a.m., 12 p.m., for the second video, that is 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we do have a schedule, guys. Make sure you check out the community pages. I'm going to be making sure that just kind of reinforcing what the schedule is going to be. I've already talked about it a little bit, but yeah, we do have a schedule. And since I have you guys here, I just want to make sure that you guys do know the schedule. So Monday through Friday, it's going to be, I'm just going to go Eastern times for this, guys. 9 a.m. Eastern time for the first video. 3 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the second video, and then live streams around 8 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. Eastern time for live streams. That's Monday through Friday. That's all of our different live streams, Players Cross Nintendo, PE Podcast, PE Live, all of that. And then also on weekends, it's going to be around 9:30 or so, and it's going to be a combination of workshops, PE Live. It can be pretty much anything on the weekends, but it's all going to be live streams on the weekends. It could be a gameplay live stream. It could be PE Ultimate. This Friday, though, we do have a bonus live stream for Super Mario Party on the Nintendo Switch. So shout outs to Nintendo. They're going to get me a review code for that. And they're just starting. What I like about this going forward is Nintendo's just starting to send me stuff. Like, I don't have to like request it anymore. Like, they're just starting to send me. And like Super Mario Party, that's a big game for them. So I'm actually really happy about this, that I don't actually have to, because I wasn't going to send anything to Nintendo. Like, I wasn't going to send anything. You know, I was just going to maybe go out and buy the game later, but they're like, hey, they reached out. So really happy about that. Really happy about that. Now I don't have to spend $60 on Super Mario Party, and maybe I can buy something else instead. I can go buy Valkyria Chronicles 4, do a review on that. So we're definitely going to be improving the quality, basically what I'm trying to say here, and making sure that you guys know the times so we can kind of improve kind of like the consumption rate of the videos, because a lot of you guys were complaining that you don't even know when videos go up. So I'm trying to make a better effort to make sure that you guys know when the videos go up. So shout outs there. All right. So I think I pretty much got everybody here. Yo, PhD Plays, what's good, my boy? Good to see you here. Like always, good to see you here. 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and 1 a.m. UK time. You know, I need to add the international times as well. Thank you, Michael O'Brien. You reminded me about that. I will have another post tomorrow, and I think we're also going to have a video where I kind of go over the times for everything. And it's also going to be on my YouTube page banner. I'm going to do all of that tonight after my October video stuff. So yeah, I mean, I have to change my sleep schedule, and we'll see. But for right now, that's going to be the schedule. Although things might change a little bit, though, guys, because my as soon as I get things cleared up with my daughter, and like when I know I'm going to have like, you know, certain times like custody of her and things like that, because that will change, you know, after October 23rd, that will change. So, you know, I mean, the schedule, I'm going to try to keep to this schedule as much as possible, but there might be slight adjustments based on what happens with my daughter and everything like that. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that as well. Looking forward to having her around a lot more. So yeah. Anyway, my day's been good. My day's been good, Dink Beam Center. Let's go ahead and let's get into the content here, guys. We're going to start off with what are we going to start off with? Because for some reason my my YouTube page is not up. Okay, here we go. We're going to start off with Animal Crossing, the rumors. So I know somebody had a little overreaction and said Animal Crossing Q1 2019 hype. No, you guys have to remember this, guys. That is a rumor, and there's been multiple people that have come out and said, you know what, I don't think that rumor is true. So we have Direct Feed Games that says no, he doesn't think it's going to be a Q1 2019 title. He thinks it's going to be later in the year, Q2 2019. However, the rumor did say Q1 or Q2 2019. So whatever on that one. John from Spawnwave also came out and said, nah, he doesn't think it's going to be that. Dan Koopman, he's also came out and said, nah, he doesn't think it's going to be that either. The reason why I thought that it's possible, it's because Nintendo could literally adjust. I mean, look at this, guys. Like, Nintendo has been making Animal Crossing skip the Wii U. There was no real Animal Crossing game for the Wii U. What has the Animal Crossing team been doing since 2013, since Animal Crossing New Leaf came out? Like, they've really been doing, like, we haven't seen anything. And like I said, Amiibo Festival, that's not a real Animal Crossing game, and that probably took them 5 days to make. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think that they've been working on something, and I think that they're going to be flexible with this game. Here's the thing. If Nintendo's short of their goal, there's something in me says Nintendo might bump the release date up. Nintendo might bump the release date up to March in order to hit that goal. They might say, hey, we're 7 or 8 million short. Well, if we release Animal Crossing right here, we can make that up in a very short amount of time. So I think the reason why this rumor is even here is because it's a failsafe. It is a backup plan just in case Nintendo isn't near their goal, right? With Smash Brothers and Pokemon and whatever they have lined up for the first few months. I think they can literally say, hey, like instead of coming out in June, they can say, well, let's come out in March, you know? Let's do something like that. So that's the only reason why I'm thinking that it might be flexible. That's it, because Nintendo obviously wants to hit their goal. I think they're going to hit their goal no matter what. Based on, like I said, based on some of the retailers and kind of what's been going on, I think they're going to hit their goal. Smash Brothers is looking to be like it's going to sell like a gazillion copies. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. People are kind of coming around a little bit more on that game. You have some big games in November. You have stuff like Diablo, and you also have Civilization that's coming. You have big games in October. You have Starlink. You have Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party is going to be a big game that's going to help sell in the holiday season. And of course, the starter editions for like what is it? Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and also Splatoon 2. Those are like attractive, kind of nice looking packages that you get with a lot of their games. So there's going to be a big, you know, proposition, like a nice fit with all the different games that you can play. And once again, the portability factor is going to be a huge selling point this holiday season. Nintendo's really going to drive that home. From what I understand, what I'm hearing, Nintendo's really going to drive home the point. I mean, they've already been doing it, but they're really going to drive home the point with the holiday commercials. Like, yo, you want this system because you can play these big old huge games like a Civilization, like a Diablo, like, you know, Smash Brothers. You can play that anywhere, like on your TV. Like, they're gonna drive that home even more this holiday season. So and that's crazy because they've already, I mean, they had the close call commercials, which really drove that point home, but they're going to kind of evolve those commercials from what I'm understanding for certain games, for the third party games and stuff like that that are coming out. So I'll look forward to that. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Think it's going to be really good. So yeah, the rumor says Animal Crossing Q1 2019. I don't know if it's true, guys. I'm not trying to sit here and say that it is. I'm just saying that it's not out of the question. It's not completely like, oh, there's no chance and, you know, no chance in heck, you know, that it's going to ever come out then. I'm just thinking that it could be. I'm saying it could be flexible. It could be. That's it. So yeah, man. So, I mean, Cody, yeah, I see what you're saying, man. Like, Cody L says, plus it's been a long time since the last game, so I believe it could be out Q1 next year. Exactly, and that was my thought process. It's like, okay, well, if they needed the game to come out sooner, it could be. I mean, the game's, like, how long has this game been in development? I mean, this game has had to have been in development for a very long time. There's no way this game hasn't been in development for a long time. It's not like the Fire Emblem team, which needed some more time, right? Because Fire Emblem, the main Fire Emblem team made Fates, and that game Fates started development, or the Fire Emblem Three Houses had to start development around maybe late 2015, early 2016. But like, think about Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing New Leaf was what, 2013? So I mean, you have that many years before Fates, and Fates is coming out, you know, and Fates is coming out in 2019, like spring 2019. So who's to say that the Animal Crossing team couldn't have their game actually done before Fire Emblem Fates? You know, so that's the thing that I'll say. Or what about even like Yoshi, right? Like that game, if they started working on it after Yoshi's Woolly World 2015, think about where Animal Crossing New Leaf was at that point. So I think people don't realize how old Animal Crossing New Leaf is because Animal Crossing New Leaf still sells so much. People don't realize how long ago that game came out. It came out a long time ago, in video game terms at least. Like, and not talk about classic games and all that, but it came out a while ago, dude. Like that game is definitely not new. And like I said, they skipped the Wii U. We got a subscription here. So shout outs to who is this? Shout outs to Cloudy Mind Gaming. Thank you so much, Cloudy Mind Gaming. Appreciate that. We haven't been getting a ton of new subscribers, although things have been getting back to normal after the whole Dreamcast guy fiasco. So shout outs to everybody who came back and who are subscribing. Do appreciate that, guys. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, shout outs, man. Everybody give some love to Cloudy Mind Gaming with the subscription, dude. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and read some more comments here. Okay, yeah, I got you, GK. Let's see here. My day's been good. VCIP says, I believe will be an early 2020 title. We have so many Nintendo titles releasing next year already. Animal Crossing, Nintendo already confirmed it for 2019. They already said it's going to be a 2019 title. So no, I don't think it's going to be a 2020 title. No, no, I don't think so at all. Nintendo wouldn't have announced it. I don't think it's going to be a 2020 title. No. I don't think that's too long for like you're saying that the development period is 7 years now for Animal Crossing. I mean, if you're talking about New Leaf came out in 2013, you're talking about 7 years between the next one. I don't think it's gonna be that long, dude. Why is somebody? What is this? I've got to. Okay, I'm getting too many Twitch alerts. I gotta turn off the Twitch alerts on my phone. Anyway, at least they work on like YouTube. Let's see here. No, he's not our enemy, guys. I'm not trying to hate. Don't go hate on Dreamcast. I'm just saying the whole fiasco that we had, the whole thing, and that's all I'll say on it, guys. I'm not gonna talk about it a lot or anything like that. I already talked about it. You guys can watch my videos beforehand. There's a video titled PE Live Apology. Watch that one if you guys want to know more information on that. Let's see here. Michael Bryan says if they're gonna push anything due to a crowded release schedule, it'll be Metroid. They never said 2019 players. This makes me sad. Well, or I think you meant makes you sad, right? But you said sad on there. Well, the thing about it is like maybe, guys, but there's 12 months in a year. Nintendo's released. If you look at what they did in 2017 with all the different games that they released, I mean, like, they have time to release games. I mean, it looks like there's about maybe 6 or 7 games that they can release that are big games that they can release in 2019. That's not bad. There's 12 months in a year. So if they release 6 or 7 games, that's fine. Nintendo's done it before. They can do it again. I mean, even this year, Nintendo released, well, more than 6 or 7 games. I mean, they weren't all the biggest or highest profile, and some of them were ports. But even if you look at their output this year, Super Mario Party, you have, not Legend of Zelda, what am I talking about? Super Mario Party, you have Super Smash Brothers, and then you also have, what's November? Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. You have Mario Tennis, and then you also have Kirby as well. And then if you want to count Octopath Traveler, I mean, I'm not really sure if you're going to count that, but also like Captain Toad. I mean, Nintendo, Hyrule Wars Definitive Edition, Bayonetta 1 and 2. I mean, Nintendo did release quite a number of different games there. You know what I'm saying? They did release quite a number of different games. So, and that was this year. They released like more than 7 games, you know? So it's very possible. It's very possible. Oh, snap. Shoutouts. Let's go. Gucci Dolphin. Brand new Elite Ninja to the village. My boy Gucci Dolphin hitting us with that Makaku, hitting us with that Sharingan. Let's go. You guys give some love in the chat. Welcome to the Elite Ninjas. My boy Gucci Dolphin. It's been a while since we had a new sponsor. Shoutouts. We're getting very close to that Elite Ninja goal, guys. Trying to hit 115. We will have an eShop card giveaway when we do so. So look forward to that. Hopefully we can hit that at some point. It's been stuck for a while, but it's all good. So anyway, well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And we will wait. We will wait for your Sharingan. When it comes up, there we go. You are now an Elite Ninja. Thank you so much, Gucci Dolphin. Appreciate that. And obviously you have access to the emotes, and you also have access to PE Ultimate as well. This Friday, PE Ultimate, we do have Super Mario Party for PE Ultimate. So I will be having another video talking about that, probably like on Thursday. We will be having PE Ultimate with Super Mario Party. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, my boy, and I'll get your friend code and all that good stuff. So shout outs, man. And of course, use those emotes, my boy. Definitely use those emotes. Use those emotes. Wait a minute. PhD Plays, what are you doing? What are you doing with Edgar's comment saying, "Come on, guys, let's get to 100 likes"? Why are you deleting that comment, my boy? What is this? This man PhD deleting that? What are you deleting that for? Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Moe says, "Player, since you can tell the game is much later in development stage with the Isabelle trailer and the game reveal most likely using the engine." The Isabelle trailer are okay. Well, we don't know. We don't know about all that, so we gotta wait and see. But I do agree with you that they will like the game is far along in development. I do agree that the game is maybe even almost done. Like, there's no way that the game isn't almost done. Like, what have they been doing for all these years? Like, they pretty much just said screw the Wii U, you know, and they made Amiibo Festival instead to try to capitalize on the Animal Crossing name, and it flopped horribly. Hungry Luma 2017, or sorry, no, Hungry Luma 27 with the subscription. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village of Player Essence. This is the greatest ninja village in the world. Thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, please welcome Hungry Luma 27 to the village. Appreciate that. Thank you guys. 2 subscriptions. HP is whittling down. What do I got? Like about 1,700 left. Who will become the stream boss? Who will become the boss of this stream? Shout outs, guys. Thank you for the support. Let's see here. Renewal date? Velvety, I don't know what you're talking about. Your next renewal date. I don't know what you're talking about, Velvety. You'd have to, I'm not really sure. I can check in the, let's get to the, I can message you on Twitter. I have to go into some settings to see when you first sponsored Velvety for your renewal date, but I will definitely get back to you on that. Let's see here. Anything else on Animal Crossing, guys? I thought you guys would be popping a little bit more on this topic. But before we get into more, tag me at #PlayerEssence, at PlayerEssence. Be more than happy to read off you guys' comments. Also, shout out to the 158 people watching. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate that. If you're just joining in, we're talking about Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch. There was a rumor that it could be Q1. It's obviously a rumor. There's been some prominent people that have come out and said, nah, I don't think it's going to be that. I feel that it's going to be flexible. If Nintendo's short of their goal, they might just go ahead and release the game just because of how long I think the game's been in development. But like I said, I could be wrong on that. I don't really know. But hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, it really helps getting new Ninja into the village. We've already had 2 people subscribe already, so that'd be great. If we can get like 10 subscribers this stream, or at least like 5 or 6, that'd be awesome. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Oh, your next symbol. Oh yeah, Velvety, your next symbol is in 1 month. It is in 1 month. You're at 10 months right now, and your next symbol is in 1 month. So, or sorry, no. 2 months. 2 months. It's every half year you get a new symbol. Every half year you get a new symbol. So, you will get the Renengan in 2 months, Velvety. KJ2399 says, so if Animal Crossing comes Q1, what do you think the lineup will be January, March, April of the confirmed games? If this is off topic, my bad. No, it's not off topic. It's actually on topic because we're talking about Animal Crossing Q1 when it's going to come out. So, I mean, I don't know about all the games, guys, but I would think Yoshi would be like a February, January type of title. I would think that Fire Emblem would be like an April, May type of title. I would think that Daemon Cross Machina would be like a February or, you know, some type of title like that. So, I mean, it could be spread because like Yoshi, I mean, that's going to be a good system. That's going to be like a system mover, but it's not going to be as big. Daemon Cross Machina, that's not going to be as big either. But Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing, those are huge system movers. So we'll have to wait and see. But there's definitely a lot of games piling up for 2019. No, definitely a lot of games piling up. You don't care about Animal Crossing? Okay, well, we're talking about necessarily like, you know, just like the impact Animal Crossing has. I'm not a huge fan of Animal Crossing either, to be honest. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, Animal Crossing or anything like that. But I want to see it do well. The more units, the bigger like heavy hitters that Switch has, it's better for everybody, right? It's better for everybody involved. So it's better for you if you want to see more games on your system of choice, or like that you like to play. Then you want to see heavy hitters come out for the system and do well to push more units out there. Then we get more games, plain and simple. So it's more of that. Let's see here. Moe says, I can see Animal Crossing come out in the first half of 2019. It feels like that kind of game to come out at that time. Yeah, and the thing about it is that people aren't saying that it couldn't come out in the first half. Q2 is technically first half. For example, like, you know, Q2, that could be like a, you know, May, June type of deal with Q2. So it's not like it's our first half, you know, so it's not like it's, you know, people think that it's going to come out first half. I don't think that it's going to be second half because Pokemon 2019, the big Pokemon game, that's coming out at the end of the year. I think Metroid Prime is going to be out at the end of the year too. I think that's going to be out the end of the year. I think Metroid Prime is going to be November, and I think Metroid Prime could be December, and Pokemon could be November. I think that could be the deal, you know, and October could be Bayonetta. So we'll just have to wait and see, man. There's a lot of games. There's definitely a lot of games. Gucci Dolphin says, I'm not too concerned with the release date. I'm just excited it's coming. Yeah, I think Animal Crossing fans have been waiting for a long time, so a lot of them are just excited that it's coming. So yeah. Let's see here. KJ2399 says, players, if Animal Crossing comes in Q1, what do you think the lineup will be? Okay, I already answered that. I think I answered that. I'm off on this chat. Sorry about that, guys. Party Man says, I honestly think Animal Crossing could come out in June, but I could be wrong. Well, I mean, June's a good date for it. I mean, if it did come out then, that's like the Mario Tennis slot, right? Like summer. Animal Crossing seems like that summer. Although Animal Crossing kind of reminds me of spring because it doesn't seem like it gets too like wherever they're at. Obviously, there's a summer time there, but it doesn't seem like it's like super hot wherever they're at. So it just reminds me of like from my opinion, it reminds me of like a spring type of title. Although there's different seasons, there's all the different seasons and everything, and that's the appeal of Animal Crossing. That's one of the appeals, right? Like going through all the different festivities that happen in spring, happen in summer, happen in December. So there's like exclusive stuff that happens because Animal Crossing is linked up with the real time, you know? So when it's winter where you're at, you know, it's going to be winter in the game, you know? So that's pretty cool, right? That's one thing that Animal Crossing has always been. The last time that I was actually even into an Animal Crossing game was Animal Crossing on the GameCube. I played that game for a lot of hours before I just said, why am I playing this? Like there was like no end to the game. Like I didn't understand. Like it was cool at first, but then it just got kind of boring, so I stopped playing it. So yeah. Your GameCube's on the way? Yeah, I still need to order my game. I need to order my GameCube, my PS2, and my Xbox, my original Xbox, all the 6th gen. October is going to be Luigi's Mansion 3. October could be Luigi's Mansion 3. You're right about that. That could be Luigi's Mansion 3. If it makes it. If it makes it. Let's see here. Slayer, that is a random question, man. Or hold up, never mind. That is not a random question. You said AC. That also stands for Assassin's Creed as well. So sorry about that. Animal Crossing. So what are the chances of Animal Crossing Joy-Cons or a Switch bundle? I think the chances are pretty high for an Animal Crossing Switch bundle. I think actually it's going to happen. That's probably the highest chance out of all these games that are coming out in 2019. Assassin's Creed and Pokemon probably, but Assassin's Creed. Or Assassin's Creed, not Assassin's Creed. Oh man, got me mixed up. Animal Crossing, I think is gonna get a bundle. So yeah, definitely. El Chupacabra says, yeah, Animal Crossing Q1 is very possible. Don't see why people are doubting that Nintendo could release that game that soon. I think it's just because, you know, of when it was announced. I think that's the reason why. And they're looking at stuff like Metroid Prime, and they're looking at Bayonetta, games that were announced, you know, bigger ones. But I think that the difference between Bayonetta and Metroid Prime and some of the other games is that those are handled not necessarily by Nintendo themselves. And I know Metroid Prime been long rumored with Bandai Namco, you know, and I think that that's the type of game, Metroid Prime, to where like they're really trying to set it up, you know, build it up for it. Whereas Animal Crossing is one of those games where literally you can drop that game tomorrow with no marketing and it sells, you know, 7 million copies. Like, right, and people are, what? Animal Crossing's out? Animal Crossing is one of those word of mouth games. You know, you don't need a bunch of like hype or build up to it. You just need to release it. Nintendo probably could have showed footage of Animal Crossing, but they decided not to. You know, so I think that's the difference between Metroid or between, you know, Bayonetta. You kind of need a build up to those games, you know, because it's for the core. You need to convince the hardcore users that they want to buy it, or people who are into gaming that have never done it. Whereas Animal Crossing just has that set base. When they announce it, when it's coming out, it's gonna drop. Like it's gonna buy 5 million copies in like a week, no problem. Like, and easily, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody who's still playing that freaking game on the 3DS is gonna go out there and buy a Switch to get the game if they don't already have one. So yeah. It's all good, Slayer. It's all good, man. It's my fault. You said AC, so we were talking about Animal Crossing. You were staying on topic. We're gonna be talking about Assassin's Creed in the next topic, guys. So there you go. Animal Crossing cross Assassin's Creed, yeah, man. NBA Street Volume 2. That's really good. I like Volume 2. Let's see here. Would love to see Animal Crossing in a bunch of NES games to play, like the GameCube one. Probably won't happen. It would be cool. Well, you have to wait and see. I mean, you never know with this stuff. You never know with this stuff. So you have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. Do I think we'll see Animal Crossing Switch Direct before it comes out? I think so. I think there's going to be like some type of, you know, focus on Animal Crossing. So yeah, I think they're going to detail things because if for those who don't remember, Pocket Camp got a direct. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp got a direct. Nintendo, what was it? Fire Emblem Heroes got a direct. Dragalia Lost got a direct. I mean, these mobile games have been getting directs, individual directs. Smash Brothers obviously got a direct. What other games have got a direct? There's been other games, right? Or I'm not really sure if there's any other games outside of that have gotten like a dedicated, you know, direct for it, or, you know. But it's cool. Splatoon 2. Did that get a dedicated direct for it? Okay, that's cool. Pokemon. Did Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee get one yet? I don't think it got one yet. Wonderful 101 did. Well, yeah, I mean, that's Wii U. That's Wii U. But yeah, Wonderful. There were a number of like I think like Xenoblade Chronicles X that got a dedicated direct as well. There's been a number of games throughout the Nintendo's history. Nintendo used to call it a Wii U direct. Back in the day, like when it first started getting going, they called it a Wii U. They called it Wii U Direct, and then they shifted it to Nintendo Direct when they wanted to put 3DS games in there. And then they always did too many 3DS games, and people would complain that there was only 3DS games. And then, like, I'm telling you, man, Nintendo never like. The funny thing is that people get so. You know what the funniest thing about Nintendo Directs are? People get so hyped for them, and every single time Nintendo has them, people are not happy. Like, I don't know if there's ever been a direct where everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best direct." There's like been most of the directs when people complain, people think that they're not very good. I know with last year, the insane standards that some people have for these Nintendo directs. I don't even know why it even is that high. It's not like Nintendo has met those insane expectations for Nintendo Directs. That's the funny thing, because there's always like an announcement or two that maybe blows people away. But the overall show, most people just say, I didn't like it. You know, like a lot of the content creators and stuff. So it's always interesting when the whole Nintendo Direct euphoria starts. I think there's a disconnect between people who talk a lot on the internet compared to people who just like to play games. Like, they have, like, you know, their whole life doesn't revolve around games, and they just buy whatever they think is interesting. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect, you know. Just a little bit of a disconnect. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 also got a dedicated direct. Did you forget? No, I didn't. It got like dedicated segments, I know. And yeah, I know that it got like its direct. I mean, they're like, so a lot of games get directs, man. So it's definitely possible that Animal Crossing gets one. You know, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Let's see here. Smash fans whine too much on each Nintendo Direct. Yeah, Smash fans definitely whine, but regular Nintendo fans whine just as much, if not more, than Smash fans. I mean, Smash fans always whine about stuff. Like they're the whiniest fan. They're some of the whiniest people out there. Are Smash fans. Trust me, I know. But I think that normal Nintendo fans can whine about a lot of stuff as well too. You know, like this last Direct that we had some Nintendo fans that were pretty whiny about this last Direct, and they freaking announced like every Final Fantasy, like you know, like they announced Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10, 10-2, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. Which Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, is freaking better than like 99% of games that are released today. By the way, guys, like that game is literally better than most games released today, and I'm not exaggerating. Check out Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. Look at the gameplay on the PS4. The game is hype. You know, they announced that game, you know, Anywhere That You Want. They announced all this stuff. They announced a bunch of other Final Fantasy. They announced like freaking every Final Fantasy game, dude. And it still wasn't good enough for some people. So, I mean, like World of Final Fantasy, that game's good. There's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I mean, that's coming back. Are you kidding me? Like, and even that was like Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, like a new RPG from Game Freak, and some people was like, "Wow, that wasn't great." Like, what can at that point? It's like, okay, what can you do? What can you do? You can't do anything at this point. So yeah. I know, and the thing about it is like it's the internet, right? Everybody has an opinion, so I think that obviously there's a little bit of exaggeration on my point. I think a lot of people did think that it was great. I'm just saying, like, what I'm trying to say is that you can't please everybody. There's never going to be a Direct that pleases everybody unless Nintendo announces freaking F-Zero, Metroid, new Mario, new Zelda, new Pokemon, new Smash Brothers, like all of what they announced, like everything they're gonna do for the next 10 years or something like that. Oh, that was the best Direct ever, you know? And then next month they'll be like, when's the next Direct? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. So, NRGH89 says, plus most of the Direct money comes from bandwagoners, in my opinion. It could be. Could be. All right, guys, so let's go to move on to the next topic here, guys. We're going to be discussing, what are we going to be discussing? Single-player microtransactions. So this is starting to creep up quite a bit, guys. We've got a lot of single-player games, big single-player games, whether it's from Japanese developers or whether it's from Western developers that are starting to implement microtransactions into the single-player elements with RPG type of stuff. So we saw this with Devil May Cry 5, where it has red orbs that you can use or you can buy microtransactions. Now, you know, once again, we can't prove that there's throttling going on. We can't prove it yet, but it looks like there's throttling going on in Assassin's Creed Origins with the microtransactions. Shoutouts to my boy Press Start Kofi. I've been on his podcast before. He's been on the Spawncast a couple times. Great dude, does some good content. Make sure you guys check it out. So Press Start Kofi, I saw this that he linked about Assassin's Creed microtransactions detailed, which includes experience boosts, which they did this last year, guys. But we're gonna get into maybe the problem here. So experience boosts, weapons, cosmetics, and more. So there's DLC weapons thrown into there. It's not, I mean, cosmetics, you also, which is fine. I don't care about cosmetics, but like experience boosts, weapons, and more. I mean, and here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Let's go over some of the experience boost is the most interesting. Reviewers say Odyssey's third act requires a lot of grinding and leveling up preparation to conquer. Gamers who spend 1,000 Helix credits, roughly $10, on the experience boost have a clear advantage here, hinting that the game may be artificially grindy in a bid to do two things: keep players playing. The more you play, the more likely you are to buy microtransactions. And of course, incentivizing players to buy boosts to circumvent the time wall. So here are the Assassin's Creed Odyssey's microtransactions prefaced by the Helix card prices. So 500 Helix Helix credits, my bad. Helix credits cost $4.99. 1,050 Helix credits cost $9.99. And 2,400 Helix credits cost $19.99. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I think this is pretty clear proof of throttling going on. Maybe not throttling at all parts, but throttling in some situations. You can't sit here and tell me with these Helix credits prices and then like one chapter being overly grindy in order to beat it, that they're not trying to push you to just say, hey, okay, I'm going to just buy these Helix credits. Remember, Assassin's Creed has a huge reach. This is going to go to people who necessarily aren't the biggest hardcore gamers. So maybe this is the only game they buy, or they only buy Madden and like NBA and maybe this type of game. So they don't spend as much money on video games as the rest of us. They're not as consumer savvy. So when they buy their game for $60, they're like, oh, well, I've only spent like $120 on games this year. They're like, whatever, you know, just so I can get past this, let me get powered up a bit, you know. So people do this. People buy these things. If microtransactions were complete outright failures, even in single player games, then we probably wouldn't see this. Like, but people buy this crap. And to me, this is throttling. You know, it's not 100% confirmed, like I said, because I'm not in the development team. But how can you not sit here and tell me that this isn't throttling when you're talking about, oh, well, there's a certain chapter that's kind of grindy. It's like, well, wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, first of all, Assassin's Creed has never been an RPG like this. So they came in at the perfect time, or at least for them, they were probably thinking, oh, this is the perfect time to throttle users. But did they become an RPG or more of an RPG in order to throttle users? And that's the problem that I have, is the intent. Okay, it's the intent. It's like they made this game more into an RPG in order to throttle users, or in order to microtransaction it more than they could with a straight up action game or straight up adventure game. Because if in a straight up action game or adventure game, experience boost, there is no experience in most Assassin's Creed games. There is none of that. You just do your mission, you get some money or something like that. So this is not looking too good. This is not looking too good. And it seems like they're moving more towards an RPG in order to implement a more robust, or more, for them, robust microtransaction system. See, in Devil May Cry, I was like, man, like, because Devil May Cry is not a real RPG. Devil May Cry is an action game where you can collect orbs for upgrades. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is moving more towards an open world RPG, or a stealth open type of play the way that you want RPG with certain stealth segments. So this isn't looking so good, and I don't want this to be the norm, you know, because then throttling is going to become a thing that just happens, you know. Take it easy, Velvety. Take it easy. So thank you for coming out to the stream. I really do appreciate that. So that's the problem. That's the problem that I really have with this. That's the problem that I have. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Moe says, I don't really like it. That's why I'm not hyped for Red Dead 2. I'm not hyped for Red Dead 2 because it's 109 gigabytes. Like, screw that, man. I will not install a game on my, no, I'm not installing a 100 gigabyte game. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely, no, I can't. No game is worth 109 gigabytes. I don't care. Man, if a game is 109 gigabytes, they better pay me to play that game. I better get a free copy. I'm not spending $60 on a 109 gigabyte game. No game is that good. I'm gonna go buy the game, sit down, and let this thing install for 7 hours on my Xbox. No, man, no. And the same reason why I didn't buy Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. No, I ain't buying. No game is that. Your game is not that good. Your game is not that good. I don't care how much. No, your game's not that good. I don't care. Your game's not that good. 109? No, I can't be. No, I can't do that. Anyway, so shoutouts. Shoutouts to Moe. So do you guys have anything to say on this, guys, when it comes to these microtransactions? I know some of you guys have probably already been talking about this, but please tag me, hashtag PlayerEssence, @PlayerEssence. We got over 177 people watching. Thank you guys so much. Do appreciate it. Right now, we're talking about microtransactions in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There's some tomfoolery going on here with this. So I'm going to go ahead and move it over to this so you guys can kind of see it. So here's what Press Kofi was talking about. Here are the prices for those who just came in, what they're trying to do here. It looks like there's some throttling going on because it says that there's some parts that are overly grindy in preparation. Some of the reviewers have been saying this in order to push microtransactions on people, and this is what's going on here. So if you just came in, this is what we're talking about. Dude, $20 for 24 Helix credits. I mean, this type of stuff is like, I can't get behind this. I mean, like, I really can't get behind, like, if a developer wants to monetize their game in some way, that's cool. But like, whatever just happened to like DLC was the big thing, right? And now it's not even like DLC. Now it's like, okay, well, we're not only going to do DLC, but then we're also going to do this too, you know? So I'm not down with this, man. I'm not down with this. Let's see here. Deadlock 7 says, questions. It's sad to see games giving the option, haha, yeah, right, to basically pay in order to play the game for less time. Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks cool. More RPG elements, It's bad. Yeah, exactly. Colin Mitchell says, OJ, games are getting bigger, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be that good. I disagree. I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be that good. For me to install 109 gigabytes, no, I don't think it's going to be that good. No. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. Maybe you think it's going to be that good, but no, I don't think it's going to be that good to where I want to do 109 gigabytes on my hard drive. I can play something else. I honestly can play something else. So no, I disagree. I don't think it's going to be that good. Other people think it's going to be that good. So if you want to do that, you want to spend $60 and put it into your hard drive at 109 gigabytes, go ahead, be my guest. I'm not telling you guys not to do it. I'm saying that I'm not going to do it. And there's nothing that you can do. I'm 31 years old, been playing games for freaking 27 years. Nothing you can do to change my mind on how I feel about Western games today. Now, if Western games were actually better than what I think that they are, then maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll do it. But no, I played Red Dead Redemption. Everybody said Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360 was the greatest thing ever when that game came out. I played it to completion, and I didn't think that. Was it good? Yeah, it was okay. It was fine. I didn't have to install anything. I mean, it ran better if you installed it, but I didn't have to install anything to my hard drive when I played that game. At least I don't think so. But no, I didn't think Red Dead. I don't think Grand Theft Auto is the greatest thing in the world. Everybody thinks Grand Theft Auto is the greatest thing in the world. I don't think that. I have a different mind. Everybody thinks that, all these Western games are the greatest. No, I don't think Western games are the greatest thing in the world. So there's nothing you can tell me that's going to sit here and say, oh, you know what? I want to go 109 gigabytes. No. If they, like I said, they can give me the game, then that's fine. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm not spending $60 to sit down and wait for 2 hours for something and something. No, no, I'm not. That's ridiculous. They're wasting my time, man. It's not that great. To me, it's not that great. But I mean, if you're gonna enjoy it, dude, feel free, have fun, man. Definitely, nobody's trying to rain on your parade with the game. So feel free to pick it up, have fun. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know how you like it, dude. Let's see here. I think it's a shady practice. $60 is plenty to make profit without add stealth charges. It's not even stealth charges. They're letting you know. It's not even stealth charges. Let's see here. Player says, if I see a game on the eShop, you can buy 3 or 4 different versions just for different additional credits or characters or weapons or whatever. I'm not buying it ever. Well, there you go. That's his thought process on there. Michael O'Brien says. The Yellow Kazoo says, hey there, Yellow Kazoo, how's it going? El True Copper says, player says, it's unfortunate that these third-party devs are now wanting to make single-player games into mini services as well. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. I'll tell you guys that right now. T-Dude says, I think Ubisoft shot themselves for following EA's footsteps for having microtransactions in video games. Well, there's been microtransactions in games for a long time. This is not the first time Ubisoft did it. Ubisoft did this with Assassin's Creed, the last one, the Egypt one or whatever it was. That last year's Assassin's Creed, they did that as well. So yeah. Well, I mean, the only Buck Bumple Essence says the only tomfoolery is the consumers who wait now to do something against microtransactions. Well, I mean, you can always not buy. You got to just vote with your wallet. I think people are still going to pick up Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I mean, some people don't mind grinding more, right? I guess. Jeremy has a good comment here. It says, no, he's talking to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is 140 gigabytes. Xenoblade Chronicles 3? There is no Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What are you talking about? Xenoblade XC3? Is that Xenoblade Chronicles? There is no Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's not 140 gigabytes. I don't know what game you're talking about, D-Dub. Let's see. Jeremy says the games are getting bigger because developers are lazy and don't know how to condense code or graphic assets. Yeah, it's a combination. It's a combination of games are getting bigger. It's a combination of developers not wanting to do any type of compression at all. It's a combination of developers 4K assets, checkerboarding, things like that. So it's a combination of a lot of different things. Developers can definitely get their games down if they wanted to, but they're obviously not like doing that. Like they're sometimes just leave stuff in, because sometimes like when you remove stuff or when you try to optimize a bit, it can like break the game or it can like cause new bugs. So a lot of developers just rather leave that. So it's just like a bunch of junk data that's just on there, like gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of junk data, So I mean, it is what it is. Sock Content says, why can't they just release an expansion like Zelda or Xenoblade? Exactly. Why can't they do that? I'd be more happy with that than anything. That's a random question. I mean, I guess we're talking about Red Dead and other games here with these microtransactions and stuff. So might as well. I played GTA 5 briefly. I don't think it's very good. I played GTA 4 a lot. I beat that game fully, and I said I'm never gonna purchase another GTA again. I played all the Red Dead games. I've played before Red Dead got super big. I played the Red Dead games on the PS2. I used to be a big Western fan when I was younger, like games like Gun and stuff like that. I used to play those all the time. And I 100% did Gun on the Xbox, I think. But anyway, yeah, I played Red Dead, played the original one, played Red Dead Redemption, played that one, played the Zombies expansion. No, I don't think Western games are as good as everybody says they are. So I mean, Colin, like I said, dude, like if you like Western games, if you like all the like GTA and all this stuff, that's fine. I'm not trying to sit here and hate on what you like. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think they're as good as everybody like as everyone tries to push these games down our throat as the greatest thing ever. No, I don't think so. I don't think Assassin's Creed Odyssey is going to be the greatest thing ever. No, I don't think these Western games are so. I mean, are they good for people who like that style? Then yes, but for me, they're just not as good. They're just not as good. And you know, like I got a million Western games. I got a bunch, and like I said, it's really this generation, last generation, and this generation. But this generation just turned me off. The whole installing thing, like taking forever to install games, like that's not. I'm just not really a fan of that. It's just not really cool. But hey, it is what it is. So let's see here. Yeah, and like I said, no hate, Colin, no hate to the games. Like if you're into these games, that's great. There's a reason why these games sell so much because people like them. So you know, I'm a gaming fan. You know, first, like I will watch Red Dead Redemption. I will watch GTA 5. Like I used to watch GTA 5 on Twitch, not anymore. It's just stupid now. But anyway, like I will watch people play Western games all the time. Like I watch Rainbow Six Siege. Dude, I would never play Rainbow Six Siege in my life. I'm not gonna play Rainbow Six Siege. I don't want to play Rainbow Six Siege. I don't want to play it at all. But I watch Rainbow Six Siege all the time. I watch Silent Sentry, who's a Twitch streamer. I watch him play Rainbow Six Siege, and I enjoy it. It's fun to watch. I'll let other people play. Like I don't want to sit there and pick up games like Western games that I don't think that are very good. But that doesn't mean I can't watch them and have fun like watching other people. So yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is one of my favorite games to watch. I have every single achievement in my Twitch. You know, you can earn achievements on Xbox for Twitch. I have maxed out my achievements on Xbox for Twitch because I always watch Rainbow Six Siege. My boy Silent Sentry, he be playing Rainbow Six all the time, and it's good. It's good. I watch him, and the game looks stupid. Like to me, the game is dumb. Like I would never play it, but it's cool to watch somebody else play it. Anyway, so let's see here. Let's see. Deadlock 7 says so many people seem to want sub 4K resolution, etc. So the file size are bound to get bigger. Stupid. Also, how good is a game actually if you are tempted to skip playing by paying? Yeah, that's true. Why be? That's a random question. So yeah, I'm not gonna answer any random questions. We're gonna talk about Super Mario Party in just a bit. You guys have anything else to anything else to add to this whole microtransaction thing with Assassin's Creed Odyssey? We're at about an hour. We got over 180 viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate that. If you just joined in, we're at the tail end of talking about microtransaction in single player games and how it's getting kind of bad. It's getting kind of bad here with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Got up to $20 you can spend on these Helix credits, and it looks like there's some throttling going on with the mechanics. Like it's overly grindy. So to entice people to buy microtransactions here, or to do microtransactions to get these credits. So interesting. What's up, Skip It? Let's see. Buck Bump OS says some consumers get on my nerves. They hate microtransactions. Yet where were they last gen when it first started? Now they have an issue with it. They should have stopped it last gen. Well, I don't know about stopping it. People love to play games. There's always going to be people that don't care or just don't buy the microtransactions. You know, no matter what. Like Bravely Default, that game has microtransactions. People don't know that, but Bravely Default has microtransactions. The thing with Bravely Default though is that the microtransaction is so insignificant. It's such an insignificant part of the game because it's just the SP drinks. Which if you close your 3DS, and let it sit, you can get like up to 3 SP drinks, or you can buy an SP drink. But SP drinks don't really. It's like a super. Like you can earn them normally, but you don't need them. Like you don't ever have to even use an SP drink, in Bravely Default. So I mean, it's just how these microtransactions are being implemented. Like if it was as small as like SP drinks, and those have a limit on them, then okay, then people wouldn't have a problem with them. But it's like all of this, it's like progression throttling, whereas Bravely Default, there's no progression throttling whatsoever. Like you can level up pretty quick in that game, like based on like what you do. I got to level 99 in that game with I maxed out every single class. Like I got everything, every single class. So yeah, that's the thing, man. Stop me from love? What? What are you talking about? Tales of Vesperia has a microtransaction on the low too. Well, we'll have to wait and see what it does. We'll have to wait and see what it does. So, like I said, Bravely Default has it as well. What's up, Solo Watson? Yeah, you're a little late. It's okay, man. It's okay. Mega Man 11 is kicking your butt. You need to make sure go to the shop, dude, and you'll be okay. And use the double gear. All right, guys, so let's go to move on to the next topic. It looks like you guys are done talking about this one here. So we're going to move on to Super Mario Party. So big announcement, guys. I talked about this at the beginning, but I know we have a lot more people watching at this point than we did at the beginning. Like about 70-something people or more from when we first started. So shout outs to you guys. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you just joined in as well. Super Mario Party. I will be getting a review copy or Let's Play copy or a Nintendo Ambassador copy. I don't even know what it is because I don't get it. It's not really a review copy, right? Because I don't get it before so I can get my review out straight. But I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start getting them earlier. But anyway, Nintendo is going to be giving me a launch day or a stream copy of Super Mario Party on the Nintendo Switch. I didn't think that I'd be getting this game because Nintendo never gives me anything Mario related. Like they didn't give me like Super Mario Odyssey. They didn't give me like a lot of stuff like with Mario or anything like that. Like, so I was kind of shocked when I got the email today, saying, "Oh, you want a launch copy for Super Mario Party?" And I was like, I was on my way to the gym like around 2:30, and I was like, what the heck? I thought they're gonna invite me to somewhere to go to like a Super Mario Party like launch. Like sometimes they'll invite me to these things like go to like a launch party, like where I can just play the game and like cover it from a PR standpoint. But no, they're like, oh, here's a review. Like you want a review copy on launch day? I was like, wow, Nintendo's actually reaching out to me for like freaking like Mario games now. Like I'm excited because now maybe I can potentially get like Pokemon and other stuff, maybe even Smash Brothers. I've never got any type of review copy for like Smash Brothers or anything, even though Nintendo was kind of giving me review copies back in 2014, but not really. Like I had to like rent the disc and like send it back to them. That's what I had to do back in 2014, and like it wasn't even for every game. It was like just for some games. Like they would send me the game, I had to sign a paper, and then I had to send it back to them when I was done. So yeah, I was actually kind of shocked, but I'm actually really happy. We're actually really happy about this one because I don't think I was gonna buy the game day one. I think I was going to play something else. I think I was going to be playing the World Ends with You. I was really going to just load up and get ready for that game. But we're going to have at least a week or so of Super Mario Party before we get really heavy into the World Ends with You and we get our review. That game is my top priority for October. To just let you guys know, we are going to be having like top priority games, right? To where I really focus in on playing those games and getting a review done. And I'm going to try to do at least one of the good reviews. So like the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country, like one of those high quality reviews a month. And the World Ends with You is going to be that game that we do for that, just because that's the most important game for me in October. And I think a lot of you guys are like really want to know about it because it's really weird and many of you guys haven't played it. So yeah, we're going to be doing that game. But before that, we do have Super Mario Party. We are going to have PE Ultimate with Super Mario Party as well. So if you are not part of the Patreon, if you're not part of the membership, make sure you sign up by Friday if you want to get in on the action for Super Mario Party, because I'll be playing mini games with people pretty much not all day, but like all night, because it'll be a Friday night. So we'll do Player Access Cross Nintendo a little early, and then we'll head right into Super Mario Party on Friday night. So look forward to that. I know Party Man, if you're still here, I know Party Man wants to get into that. So yeah, looking forward to it. Quite a bit. I'm going to play Starlink Battle for Atlas. I'm definitely going to play it, but my priority is going to be my priority is going to be the World Ends with You Final Remix. So that's my priority. But yeah, you guys will see some footage for Starlink. But my priority is that game more so than, because I'm only one person. I can't review two games at once, So I got to beat one game before I do the next game. So yeah, but we'll definitely have some content on Starlink as well. So yeah, it's looking good. Hey man, Colin, none of that in the chat, man. If Arlo doesn't want his real name out there, don't be trying to entice people to like look up information like on his real name and stuff like that. Nah, don't do that in the chat, please. You don't need to know personal information about Arlo. If he doesn't want, if he wanted you to know it, you know it. But nah, don't be doing that, please. Because I don't want people saying, hey man, like, this guy OJ, he's out here he's letting people trying to get people's names and stuff like that, potential doxes and things. Like I don't want that being a part of my chat. So please refrain from doing that. Let's see here. Hype for 20. Yeah, man, the World Ends with You is looking really good. Yeah, my 20 review is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to doing the 20 review. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's gonna be like about a week or so late after the game comes out, but You guys are still gonna get it. You guys are still gonna get it. He's like, I'm here, all right, and I'm ready to party. Let's see. You can't wait for Mario Party. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. So So do any of you guys have anything else to say about Mario Party? If not, we can move into Q&A and random questions. I know a lot of you guys have random questions. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because I don't think you guys really have anything else to say about Mario Party. You guys are looking forward to it. You guys, some people are going to buy it, some people aren't. So we'll have to wait and see. Hold up. Oh, we got some more stuff here. Never mind. I'm getting Starlink. Can't wait. But how are you doing, man? Been missing the live streams, but watching the uploads. Shoutouts, man. Thank you for watching the uploads. Appreciate that. I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you. Sal Basket says, how do you feel about people whining that the game boards in Super Mario Party look bland? I'm personally excited. People whine about everything with Super Mario Party. So, like, people whine about Mario Party in general. People are always going to complain. So, it's not a big deal to me. You get it or you don't. Plain and simple. Yeah, Jazzy. I just said that. PE Ultimate. It's called PE Ultimate now, Jazzy. So yeah, it's the old PE arena. It's called PE Ultimate. So yeah, we're gonna be playing that this Friday. So if you want to get in on the action, like I said, hit up the Patreon or hit up membership for that, because we'll be rotating people in and out for mini games. Pretty much. I'm gonna do PE cross Nintendo like around maybe like 4 o'clock or 3. We're gonna do that for about an hour and a half or so, and then we're gonna get right into it. So maybe around 6 o'clock PT, 9 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be playing Mario Party for a few hours after that. So it should be fun. Bowsette will not be in Super. Dude, Bowsette's not a real character. Dude, you've been asking too many questions about whether Bowsette's going to be in. I don't know if that was you or Quantum L, one of you guys. Guys, Bowsette's not going to be in Nintendo's official games that are this year. Like, it's not happening. Bowsette's not a character in games, guys. She's not a real Nintendo character. She was in the lore. Like, they did something like in like one of the cutting room boards, you know. But Bowsette's not going to be in Smash. She's not going to be in Mario Party. She's not going to be in Animal Crossing. She's not going to be in any of these games. Like, no more questions about Bowsette in games, okay? It's not happening until Nintendo says something, all right? So I don't want to hear any more questions about Bowsette in games. Bowsette's not a real character for Nintendo to use at this point. Wait for Nintendo to say something. I don't know. Why are you asking me about Bowsette as if I know when she's going to be in a game or not? Ask Nintendo. Oh my gosh. Nintendo did do like a little like prototype like Bowser and Peach put together apparently, you know, like a couple years ago, but nothing official, you know, nothing official. Nothing official. So anyway, I'm secretly in love. Yeah. Secretly in love with her. All right, guys. So if you have random questions, we'll go ahead and finish out the podcast with that. Probably got about 30 minutes of questions from you guys. So if you guys have anything you want to let me know, please tag me at PlayerEssence or hashtag PlayerEssence, and I'll be more than happy to answer questions. Like how are they going to pedal in Mario Party with Pro Controller? Are you talking about like the no Pro Controller support? Well, the game it's a silly motion controlled game to begin with. I think that if you introduce button controls with the competitive nature of it, button controls are going to be able to and probably get people to do things faster and easier. And I think that's the reason why there's no normal controls, because it just makes it to where it's not part of what they want to make you do weird things, because it's a Mario Party game. It's the same reason why there's no button controls in like 1-2 Switch, you know, a game like that. Although I think the World Ends With You should have button controls, you know, regular button controls. No, I haven't played Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 just because, once again, not huge on the Western games. I'll pick it up when there's the complete version, all the DLC and everything. Probably like next year, I'll pick it up then and play it. I don't really feel like playing it right now. Uzet says, I've been playing on PS4 over a year, so it's even worth it to switch to Xbox. What do you mean by worth it to switch to Xbox? It's all based on the type of games you like to play. If you like PlayStation 4 and you're playing PlayStation 4, then just continue playing it. You know? How Long is the World Ends With You story. Well, there's a new campaign to it, so I'm not exactly sure. But the original you could beat in like 20 hours, just kind of going through. It was like a 20-hour game, but if you did everything, it was more than that. The game actually gets really hard though, so if you're rushing through it, you might die a lot because the game got kind of crazy. But there's new scenarios, there's new content in there, so it's probably going to be longer than that. El Supercarbo says, are you going to pick up Spider-Man Complete Edition and put it on the shelf right next to Horizon Zero Dawn Complete? Yeah, man. I think I want to start Horizon Zero Dawn, but dude, there's so much content in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna. I wanna do all the content in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, so like I don't know, man. I might start Horizon Zero Dawn this week though. I might, and then I still have Dragon Quest. And then Super Mario Parties. There's too many games. Have I played God of War? Yeah, I've played God of War. I don't. It's okay. I've played it on the channel. Just type in God of War on my God of War Let's Play, and you'll see like I've played it. A room says Parsons. Do you think Animal Crossing will heavily rely on online functionality? I don't know about heavily rely, but I think they'll be online in the game. Yeah. Backlogs upon backlogs. Torna side quest is a little off-putting, which docks some points off. Nah, I disagree. I disagree because the game's not long at all. So I mean, if you didn't have to do the side quest, the game would be even shorter. So nah, I wouldn't say dock some points off. Nah, maybe like a half a point or something, maybe, but not points off. Nah, not really, because I mean, you only need a community level of 4, and then like there's like a couple ones that you need. So nah, multiple points. Nah, not really. Nah. So disagree. Agree to disagree, Legendary Ray. And there's nothing you can do to convince me. I know you're gonna try to go back and forth. There's nothing you can do to convince me. It got a 9.5. It's an excellent game. 55 hours. And yeah, there was some side quests that you have to do, but nah. Docks points off? Nah, not really. What would dock points off is when you have to. This is what docks points off of a game. When you have really grindy mission, when you have a really grindy stuff that you got to do, and then they try to entice you to buy microtransactions, that docks points off. Not a game that literally gives you so much content for $40 and like Modern Stuff has been busting their butt to make this game. There's so many great things to do, and then there's New Game Plus mode where there's even more content in there and even more affinity charts for you to do and unlock. Nah, that doesn't dock points. Hell no, that doesn't dock points. This docks points. You want to talk about docking points or not? Nah, bruh. Nah. I'm just letting you know. But I'm like I said, Legendary Ray, you always come in here to say something to directly disagree with me. That's your MO is to come in here to just say something to disagree. That's what you do every single time, which is fine. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that nah, you don't dock points. Most reviewers aren't going to dock points off for a couple extra side quests that you have to do. Like that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous notion. Like that's dumb. Docking points should be like that's like progression throttling, bad controls, stuff like that. You dock points for that, but you don't dock points for a couple extra side missions that you have to do. Like, come on. Did I ever finish Xenoblade Chronicles 2's content? No, there's too much content in the game. Would you get Xenoblade 3 if Monolith Soft announced it requires 100 gigabyte download? No, that's a stupid question. That's already like pushing me into something. It's a fallacy / straw man. Like, oh well, let me push you into this because of what you said. So no, phrase it better, or ask me a better question. So no, I'm not gonna answer that question. That's already putting me into that because of what I said before. Nah, I don't answer questions like that anymore. Nope. So phrase it better or ask a different type of question, because I'm not going to answer questions like, would you do this if they did something that completely wouldn't happen or probably wouldn't happen? Would you do, like, what would you think? Like, no, I'm not going to answer questions like that, guys. Not going to answer questions like that. Vizion says, is dying in Xeno game unusual because I'm getting my butt whooped with Torna being my first? Dying is, it's not something that should happen a lot. I think I died a couple times, but I'm like a Xenoblade, like I've been playing the game. So if this is your first one, you're gonna die because you're not gonna level up. You're not gonna use your experience. Like a lot of people, like that first play Xenoblade, they don't realize that like you don't get a lot of experience from enemies, and like really how you get a lot of experience is by chain attacking. So you're probably not chain attacking and finishing and burst orbing and on high level enemies. So you're not getting extra experience there. And then you're not going to fight a bunch of those high level enemies all the time. You get a lot of your experience from doing side quests and then resting and then using that to boost your level. And a lot of newbies don't understand that, or they don't do that. So that's the thing. That's the thing there. Let's see here. Plus, I remember Pokken review that docked points because the dude sucked at it. I remember that Pokken review that docked points because the dude sucked at it. What? I don't remember that review. What review was that? PhD Play says, to convince Francis, you have to donate $100. You have to donate $100. Yeah, donate $100, then I'll agree that a couple side quests dock off multiple points, which is a ridiculous notion. But I will agree $100, and I'll agree with that ridiculous notion. Dumb Guy Game says, I came late. Do you have any unannounced information on Animal Crossing? No, I don't have any unannounced information on Animal Crossing. We just talked about the rumor, Dumb Guy Gaming. So make sure you check out my video that I already did on the channel if you want me to talk about that even more, or if you want to hear what I have to say on that. Buck Bumpo Essence says, places, do you think we could get a final Smash Direct this month and then a 50 fact next month? No. A YouTuber named Wii U Gamer 12 got a copyright claim for reporting on a rumor of it. A copyright claim? What do you mean by a copyright claim? A copyright claim on his video? Because he probably, I don't think he got any. No, he didn't get a copyright claim because he reported on it. He got a copyright claim because he used footage that was copyrighted. So no, you can make up, if you want to make up rumors or think about certain stuff, like if you want to think like what you think could happen, you're not ever going to get a copyright claim for just simply talking about something. Nintendo's not going to copyright claim or strike you for talking about something unless it's something that's per se like they don't want you to talk about. Like for example, like when that there was like Sempia Go or something like that. There was like this mobile game in China that completely ripped off Splatoon 2, and I talked about it and I showed footage of it, and Nintendo blocked the video worldwide. They'll claim things when you use copyrighted footage, but no, him simply thinking that something is going to come out, that's not what caused the copyright claim. He used footage, like he used footage that was copyright claimed. Nintendo doesn't claim speculation, on what you think is coming. They don't claim rumors. They don't do. I'm the rumor king. I was a rumor king for a while on Player Essence, and they didn't copyright claim anything. They'll just copyright claim footage, What's my favorite Eevee evolution? Like, what's the psychic one called? And like Umbreon, the dark and psychic ones are really cool. IGN took off points for Pokken because they were getting beat. Interesting. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of S plus trust on there, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country, once you beat the game, there's a new game plus, and there's actually like the hidden affinity chart, so that's cool too. Ozette says, player, since it's just a PS4 has crashed multiple times, though the fact that it's a specific game that are crashing maybe to blame is on the dev. You think it might be? I have no idea. I can't sit here and give you information on that. I don't really know what the problem is. It's up to you what you want to do. I don't know how long you've had the PS4, what's going on. Artist Akira says, plus I'm having fun playing Torna, but it's making me miss base Xenoblade 2. I don't know why. I don't really miss the base Xenoblade 2 much after playing Torna. Says, sorry, OJ, I bet no just I generally wanted to know your opinion on that big day one downloads. Well, the problem, and I understand that, GK, but the problem with that is that you're already directing me to either one, contradict myself, or two, be a complete contradict myself or be a complete hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already, like, that's not going to happen. It's like me saying, hey, you know what? What if the world just all of a sudden blew up and exploded, in like 2 seconds from now? What would you do? You know what I'm saying? Or like, well, how would you think about it? Like, it's just like, it's something that's just completely random. Like, Monolith Soft isn't going to make a 100 gigabyte game on anything anytime soon. They're not going to make a 100 gigabyte game. They're just not going to do that, because Nintendo values space. They've always valued space, so it's just not feasible. So you saying, oh well, what if they do that, is something that's not that's not feasible at this point. It's not a question like that. This is, like I said, it's setting me up to literally be a hypocrite, or to contradict myself based on what I just said. I love Xenoblade, right? So obviously I'm going to play any Xenoblade, but then you're putting the stipulation that, oh, well, it's 100 gigabytes when they've never done anything like that. When Xenoblade Chronicles 2, for how big that game is, it's like, what is it, 16 gigabytes? It's less. Is it less than that? I know it's something like that. Like, look at Torna. Torna's not as big. Obviously, Torna's a lot smaller than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But like even that game, like 3 gigabytes, which Torna still has a lot of landmass on there compared to other games. So it's just setting me up. That's the only problem. And I see what you're trying to say, but like I'm not going to answer questions like that, that are just clearly isn't going to happen. Like, you're going to go from 16 gigabytes to 100 gigabytes in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, how is that even possible? Torna, the funny thing is that Torna is DLC in addition to its own game. It's DLC, it's downloadable content because it's part of the expansion pass and you can download it. So it's downloadable content, but then again, it's also its own standalone. But at its heart, what Torna really is that it's a standalone game. When you go into Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you have the expansion pass, when you go into Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there is a separate section for Torna. You don't go into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and then go into the base game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, then access the Torna DLC from there when you're already in the game. Like, for example, like the battle challenge, right? You have to go into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and then go into the area. So Torna, at its heart, what it really is that it's a standalone, it's its own separate game. It's its own separate game, but downloadable for people who have the expansion pass early or separate. It's a completely separate cartridge-based game or a standalone digital game. So it's a separate game at the end of the day. 13 gigabytes. So yeah, 13 gigabytes. So basically, you're saying Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to go from 13 gigabytes to 100 gigabytes. How would you feel? It's like, that's not going to happen. Like, that's not feasible. You got to give me questions that are somewhat feasible, So yeah, definitely not trying to hate on you, man. Definitely not. I'm not angry or anything. It's just like, you see what I'm trying to say with those type of questions, Always learning 60 says questions. Tried to play NES Classic while offline, but it said no internet connection. I played while connected on Sundays. Any suggestions? Dude, I don't know. I think you have to check in like once a week to play it before you play it offline. I'm not sure. Check out Nintendo's website for that. I'm not exactly sure on that one. I haven't played the NES games too much. Yeah, well, here's the thing about Legendary Red with Torna. Torna is an expansion to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know, what were you expecting? Were you expecting a completely different game? But no, there's actually multiple different changes. There's no core crystals, which is a huge difference from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to Torna the Golden Country. When you say something feels too much the same, you have to provide actual, proof of that. The combat's going to be the same. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. It's not called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is a completely separate, different battle system from this game. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. It's using the same engine. It's using a new rendering engine, but the game has multiple different things that actually make it very different. Like I said, no core crystal system is a huge change. The fact that you can change between drivers and blades at any time, that's another huge change. How you inflict topple, break, launch, smash, another huge change. How you inflict element orbs. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the base game, it took forever. In this game, Torna the Golden Country, you can get them a lot faster. All you have to do is link up a 1, 2, and a 3. If you link up the same set paths that you did in the first game, with some exceptions, some of them aren't there, then you can't get like the actual blade combo with the big finisher at the end. So there are a number of changes when it comes to the battle system that actually make it feel quite different from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and the base game and what they've done there. But it's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country, not Xenoblade Chronicles 2, a completely different game. So I don't know what you were expecting, but Nintendo clearly showed from the very beginning that this is going to be an expansion to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is how, even if you play the game, Torna, you see how the drivers, the fighting style of drivers actually even using a weapon from the blade, that was actually created by Laura and Jin. They created that. You know what I'm saying? So the basis of what the battle system even was in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or how blades 500 years later and drivers interact, back then, drivers had their own weapon, blades had their own weapon, and that's how they fought, and Laura and Jin created that fighting style. So that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about the game was going to be similar, So anyway, like I said, you can continue to say any type of thing to try to make it seem like it's such a bad game. I don't know what you're trying to do at this point, but I'll counter it with facts every single time, man. I played the game 55 hours, did a lot of the game, put into it, but to say that it feels too much like it, there's actually quite a number of differences that make it play differently. Obviously, it's going to feel the same, just like, that'd be like me saying, well, The Witcher 3 Wine and Blood or whatever that is, that expansion, it feels a lot like the base game. It feels too much like the base game. Yeah, it's a freaking expansion. Like, what do you expect from it? You expect it to be a complete? It's not a completely different game. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Oh man. Let's see here. What else do you guys got for me? By the time we get to games being 100 gigabytes as standard, the hard drives will be insane sizes. The thing with Red Dead is including the later to be released multiplayer. If not, whoa. I think Grand Theft Auto Online is completely separate. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Be More Kuma, or no, not Be More Kuma. GK says, questions based on your expectations with Torna, would you like to see Microsoft make more smaller but more tightly focused games? No. I want them to make their big games like they do with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I want them to make their expansions like Torna. You know, I would be completely fine if that's their model. Say, hey, you get a big game, and then you get an expansion that's a little bit smaller and tighter, based on certain things. If they do everything like that, I'll be fine, and they can get $90 from me every single time, Plus, if they do a standalone physical version, they'll get my money there too. So, just so I can have it as a collector's item. So, I'd rather like that than saying, okay, well, let's just make everything smaller. What I'd like to see though, going forward from them, is to not put tedious things like I said. There's a lot of quality of life issues, which they fixed a lot of them in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the base game. But there's a lot of like with blades, not being able to mass delete blades. That's also a problem that they still haven't fixed. So stuff like that, So yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 will also have DLC in this large file size. Shaking my head. So maybe 275 gigabytes by the time it's all over. Man, I don't know, man. It's a lot right now. It's a lot right now, guys. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Artist Secure says, plus I've been playing Xenoblade 2 for 10 months straight. Best game ever. Yeah, everybody has their opinions on what it is. I really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I really like Torna. I think they're both really good. I've had a lot of fun, playing them. So yeah, they're both great. Yeah, I did see the leaked Harry Potter RPG footage or open world game footage. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, so I don't really have much to say about it. I might talk about it in a PE News video tomorrow though. Deadlock7 says, Player Essence, can you imagine if all the DLC was totally different? LOL, like if in Doom or COD the DLC for it turning into a finishing game, then people would be mad. I guess. I'm not sure. So yeah. I have not finished Octopath. I need to go back to Octopath now that I'm done with Torna. But I want to play Torna more. But I need to go back to Octopath. And I need to finish Ys 8. I still haven't finished that game either. Still haven't finished. Oh god. Let me just not get started on my backlog. My backlog is heavy. It's very heavy. Any other questions, guys? No, actually, Glorified Potato, third-party support on the Nintendo Switch will get better as we go along, not worse. Not every game needs to be 109 gigabytes. Developers can make games separately. That'd be like saying, even with for example, the Xbox 360 or the PS3 and the Wii. The Wii's third-party support, as the system sold, it got more and more games, not less games, even though file sizes were getting bigger and bigger on there. Now, is the Switch going to get every single game? No. But what's going to dictate third-party support? A lot of people don't realize what dictates how much third-party support a system's going to get is how well the system does, not necessarily file sizes. Now, is it going to get everything PS4 and Xbox One gets, PS5 or whatever the case is? No. But is it not going to get support because is it not going to get more third-party support just because of that? Absolutely not. You're going to see more games made for the system because the system's going to sell. Not every third-party developer makes 500 gigabyte games, but like I said, I'll let you guys talk about that, but once again, I'll be right. Like I said, I know about some games that are coming. We've already seen way more third-party games than we've seen with the Wii U. and the Wii U pretty much could do everything that the PS3 and 360 could do. Yet that system did. Yet Wii U didn't get a lot of the games that came out. So what's the difference between Switch and Wii U? Why is Switch getting all these different games and these bigger games and stuff like this that Wii U didn't get, even with PS3 and 360 games, even though Nintendo Wii U had the power, it could fit the games, it can do everything. I mean, if you put it on the disc, it plays it straight off the disc. It was big enough, it was a Blu-ray disc. You know what I'm saying? There was plenty of space. So what's going on here? So I think a lot of you guys that are talking about this stuff, people always say that with third party, and then we end up getting stuff. So you guys will see. So you guys will see. Developers can always do it. Like I said, you can make completely different versions of games. You can do things differently. You can actually use compression. I mean, like compression, lower resolution. That doesn't have the same. There's no 4K assets on the Switch, you know. But no, as the system sells better, the Switch will get more games, not less games. That's completely. I've never heard of a system that continues to sell better and better, and then gets less games. I've never heard of a system that does that, you know. So nah. I know I need to get back to Ease 8. I need to get back to Ease 8. Ease 8. What got canceled? What are you talking about? You didn't say anything. You just said it got canceled. I'm already further into Octopath, so I'm probably going to finish up Octopath first, then I'll get into Ease 8. The Cold Steel games, 1 and 2 on the PS4. Nah, I'm not buying those. Will it eventually come to Switch like Sword Art Online? Yeah, it could. Deadlock. Artist Secure says, what do you think a Zelda game made by Monolith Soft would be like? More RPG. I know they helped Breath of the Wild, but I'm talking about solely making the game. Yeah, more RPG. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be kind of cool to play. We'll see. Do I think it's too late for GTA 5 to come to the Switch? No, I don't think it's too late. I just don't know if it's gonna happen. Then don't support the third-party games on the Switch. Then don't support it. But then don't complain when you don't get any more games. If you want to support, but you're not actually paying for any of them, don't complain when you don't get more. Peter says, questions, do you think the next Zelda will use a new engine? No, I think they're going to use the engine that they use, and they're going to refine it or build it for the Switch better so it's more optimized. But no, I don't think they're going to use like a completely new engine now. Any other questions, guys? Buck Bump says, Polaris, did you know there was a Metroid Prime like Mega Man X game in the works? Yeah, there was a Metroid Prime like Mega Man X game, or just like Mega Man game. Yeah, I did know about that, but it got canceled. It was from the same guys who used to work, at Retro Studios. It was from those same guys. A lot of the guys that used to work at Retro Studios. It looked really weird, though. I have to disagree. I've played Doom and Wolf on the Switch, and they're not really bad ports at all. I have to disagree on that one, Legendary, right? Just because it doesn't run at the same as PS4 and Xbox One, that doesn't mean they're bad. That doesn't mean it's a bad port. That doesn't mean it's bad. Peter says, Polaris, what would you do if what would you want to do for Nintendo if you ever got to work there? Sorry for so many questions. I just do like PR. Nah, I didn't see that, D-Dub. I don't really care. And that's fine. If they're overpriced, then don't buy them. Then don't complain when you don't get more. Don't complain when you don't get more. Don't buy them. Buy them on PS4 and Xbox One. Buy them cheap. Any other questions? You guys aren't bringing the questions today. You guys aren't bringing it today. Jada, I love money says, plus since I was watching a video about Nintendo President Hiroshi Yamauchi. Oh, well, yo, I didn't know he had a dislike for RPG. He did have a dislike for RPGs. He really trashed RPGs. That's why N64 had, like, no RPGs, dude. It was horrible. Absolutely, Gucci Dolphin. On the contrary, Panic Button should be given kudos for their work on Bethesda games. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just because a game doesn't run... I mean, Nintendo Switch is a small portable device. You know what I'm saying? At its heart, it's a small thing. Like, expecting it to run like a PS4 or Xbox One with a fraction of the size, that's ridiculous. You gotta prorate it for the system that it's running on. And to sit here and say that, oh, well, these aren't good ports, like, that's ridiculous. For what? There's nobody that knows tech that knows that says, oh yeah, these are bad based on what it's running on. Like, that'd be like saying, like, okay, well, any type of Game Boy Advance version or any type of, you know, portable version of games that would come out on PS4 and Xbox One is bad on running on, like, the 3DS. Back when those actually came out, it's like automatically bad because it doesn't run like PS3 and 360, or it doesn't run like the consoles. Like, no. It doesn't mean it's bad just because it doesn't run as good as that. It still can be a good game. It's still enjoyable. It's not a Doom. I've played Doom on the Switch. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad port at all. Like, there's nobody like that reviewed the game that literally said that. So I mean, just because it doesn't run like PS4 and Xbox One doesn't mean it's a bad port. It's not true. Not true. Well, yeah, because Digital Foundry was impressed with the ports because they understand the hardware that it's running on. You know, they understand the hardware that it's running on, and you can't expect the Switch to run like a big old PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox One X. You can't expect that. Then obviously there's users in the chat here that obviously don't put that in their brain. They don't think about that. They just say, oh, well, it's not running 60 frames like PS4, therefore it's not as good, or it's bad port, which is not the case for what it's running on. So yeah, well, that's subjective though. Legendary, right? That's subjective, man. Like, what if somebody says, I really want to be able to play this game anywhere that I want? What if that is a big thing, and you can't do that on PS4 and Xbox One? So a better experience is subjective, and it's about, like, if people have the money. Like, what if you don't have a PS4? What if you don't have an Xbox One? You know what I'm saying? What if you don't have those to play? What if you have Switch and Switch is your main system? Then what? You know what I'm saying? So. No, I'm gonna have to disagree. Like I said, you can come here, you can try, my boy, but you're gonna sit down. This is fun because people aren't really asking me questions. So you can try to sit here and make it out to be all these things, but it's not the case, my boy. It's not the case. But it's a good try though. Like I said, you're a really negative person. You're a super negative person. But I would love to have you on for debate on some of these things. I think it'd be good. I think, like I said, you like to talk a lot, so it would be great to have you on for like a discussion on some of this stuff. I'd love to hear, kind of pick your brain a little bit more, why you think that if a game is a bad port because it doesn't run as good on a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One. I'd love to hear what your thought process is on that, man. Love to hear. Let me know if you ever get the opportunity. I think it'd be a good talk to have kind of differing opinions on things, you know. Buck Bump Lesson says, since I feel like Persona Q2 can come to Switch instead of using the bottom screen for the map. What do you think about Persona games PS and the map button? I mean, Persona Q2, I mean, it might come, it might not. I don't know what they're going to do with that. In terms of like any game that's a dual screen game can be made for a single screen. That's not a big problem. Imagine OJ making Nintendo announcements. Time for the world premiere. One more thing, Shimmy. Yeah, right. Oh, man. Kid Retitus says, Parsons, bet he's the same guy that complains that we don't get third party. He is exactly the same guy that complains that we don't get third party. He'll complain about the third party. This is exactly the type of person that complains that we don't get third parties. The person that complains about the third party that we get and then complains that we don't get more third party. He's the type of person that wants the Switch to be a PS4 or Xbox One or whatever the case is, or not really a Nintendo fan, but tries to Hey, you know, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that territory. Not even gonna get into that territory. But you guys know who I'm talking about. The type of people who sit there and say Nintendo needs more third-party support, and then when a game comes out and it's actually good because it's not like PS4 and Xbox One, this game sucks. Nobody should buy it on Switch. It's horrible. It's like, wait a minute, you just said there should be more big third-party support. Well, then they'll start making up stuff. You know, it's the same type of person. It's the same type of person. same type of person. Kanji Sutra says, Parsons, are there any games that you really don't that you really like that don't necessarily have an ending? Example: Minecraft, City Skylines, and Animal Crossing. Not really, to be honest. I'm not huge on those type of games. Uzet says, Parsons, how was your game after the huge download? What game? I didn't even finish the download before we could play, dude. You talk about Overwatch? Excuse me, I couldn't even finish it, dude. Couldn't even finish it. Artist Akira says, player, since I'm sad that Shin Megami Tensei 5 hasn't been talked about at TGS, I still believe it's coming out in 2019, but 2020 is looking very possible. It could be. It could be just based on it. They said that they went into full production, though, last year. They went into full production by the end of last year. So, I mean, it can be full production for about a good, I don't think they're going to want to stretch it out for 3 years. And then 2 years of like full-blown production. I mean, I think that's just a little bit too much for Shin Megami Tensei. So I think it might be a late 2019 title, or mid to late 2019 title. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, well, Colin Mitchell, please explain to me how the Nintendo Switch, the size of essentially this, it's about like this big. The processor is this little Tegra chip. Explain to me how the Tegra X1 chip is going to put out as much power, the same quality as a PS4 Pro or an Xbox. Can you explain to me how that's the case? How are third-party developers going to do that with the power that is given to them? You're saying that you want the same quality as PS4 and Xbox One, but that's not what the Switch is. That's like saying, I want the same quality. If you go to a store, okay, and you see a freaking Bentley, or you see an Escalade, and then you go over there and you see a Corolla or a Camry, and then you see the differences in price, and you're like, oh, well, I want this to be as powerful and have all the benefits of this. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Those are bigger, more premium cars. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to have. You are not going to get the power of a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? Inside the size of a Corolla. You can't. So there's no feasible way from a development standpoint that the Switch can put out games with the same frame rate, resolution, and quality of PlayStation 4. Do you not see the size difference between a PlayStation 4 and a Nintendo Switch? Do you not see, do you know what's inside of a PlayStation 4? How big the system is compared to a Switch? There's not enough chip work. There's not enough stuff. Like the freaking hard drive in a single PlayStation 4 is nearly bigger than the Switch. How are they going to get the same quality? Please, if you have any ways that they can draw out more power in a Tegra X1 with 4 gigabytes of RAM, let me know. Let me know. So if you want the same quality, what you need to do is, if that's what you want, you need to just go buy a PS4 and Xbox One, or buy a PC. Like, it's not going to happen with Switch. How many years are we into Switch now? More than a year and a half. It's not going to happen. So you can just enjoy your PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and enjoy your Switch for what it is. If you're a big third-party guy, then why are you like? Then you should already have it. Just play your games on PS4 and Xbox One. Portability is obviously not a big thing to you because you're disregarding portability with the size of it by just saying, oh, well, they want the same quality. How? It's a portable system. Do you see any portable PS4s or Xbox Ones walking around here? like how? Explain to me how they're going to do this. I would love to know, dude. It's like asking the GBA SP to run Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a little bit too much of a power gap, but I see what you're trying to say. That's a little bit too much of a power gap, but I see what you're trying to say. Well, it can't, but it should. How? What do you mean it can't, but it should? Please explain, Colin. Explain to me how you're defying logic here. You're saying, well, it can't, but it should. Explain to me in 2015. What was the strongest mobile chip on the market when Nintendo was planning their system? What was it? Let me know, Colin. Let me know. I'll wait for your answer. What was the strongest mobile chip? You're saying it can't. You're saying that it can't, but it should. Explain to me reasonably how you're going to get a mobile chip inside of a Nintendo Switch as powerful as a PS4 and Xbox One at a good price, at a doable price. So unless you want this thing to be $700 with, I don't even know what chip you would use. If you go back and watch the 2015 mobile Tegra, that was the most powerful chip on the market at the time. And you have to put in a chip, like you can't put in the chip the day before the system comes out. You can't wait till 2017. You have to figure out what the graphics are going to be a year or two, probably 2 years. The PlayStation 4 is based off of 2011 type of graphics card. You know what I'm saying? 2011, 2012-ish, maybe really 2011 graphics card. And it came out in 2013. So you have to make the decisions beforehand. Please explain to me what they could have used when the Tegra X1 was the strongest mobile chip in 2015. It was new, strongest mobile chip. So let me know what they could have used. I want to know. Does anybody have any different mobile chip? You're saying that they should. Please call and tell me what it is. Tell me what they could have done. Since you know, or you're saying that it can't, but it should, please tell me. Since you have knowledge that nobody else seems to have. What should they have used in 2015 when the Tegra X1 was the strongest mobile chip on the market? What do they do? B More Kuma says, then if the portable console of Nintendo was $700 and the haters would whine into the heavens about the cost, but they purchased the PS3. Well, a lot of people didn't purchase the PS3, but I see what you're trying to say. DJ King Gaming says, also the battery life would be terrible if it was any stronger than it is. Yeah, battery life is a problem. Peter says, Player, since how much of an upgrade do you think the next Switch will be? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I still don't see anything. Like I said, I'm not trying to call you out, Colin, but I see people say this, you know, all the time. Like, oh well, it should have been stronger. There could have been more. It's like, okay, well, what chip do they use? How much is the price? Let me know. What chip do they use? How much is the price? How hot does it get? How hot does the system get? Because it's more powerful chip that you use, the more heat production that you have. So then what is the price? What is the price of it? How long does the battery last? Let me know. If people have the answer, I mean, people say that they have the answers to this. Oh, well, it should be stronger. Well, then tell me what they should have done. What did they do? I don't understand why people just make these random statements on the internet and like with no evidence of anything. Like what should they have done? I want to know. Mario 2 comes out with the Nintendo Switch Online in January. Are you a big Mario 2 fan? El Chupacabra says, people just think you can put stuff like an x86 chip into a tablet. Yeah, I know, man. It's like you have this tablet that's like this big. Like with the, how about a hard drive in a tablet? You'd be playing your Switch games like this. Like the Sega Game Gear 2. You'd be like, all right, new Zelda game, dude. Like, Joy, be like this, right? Like this. Deadlock 7 says the Tegra could run Crysis 3, still looks better than most new games. The Switch could easily run games like that, especially if docked. People want too much out of something phone size. They could have put the money they put into the Joy-Cons into a different mobile chip. No, I'm not asking you to tell me what is the different mobile chip in 2015 that they could have used. You're trying to talk about money into a mobile chip. The Tegra X1 was the strongest mobile. Did you watch the 2015 presentation when Nintendo decided what chip they have to use? That was the strongest chip on the market. Tegra X2 came out a little bit after that, but the X2 isn't so much stronger than the X1. So you're trying to talk about money from Joy-Cons into the chip. What chip could they have used? What mobile chip are you talking about? Don't say they could have used it. What mobile chip are they talking about? How much would the price of the system would have been? What was about the heat consumption, the battery, all of that? You're trying to be an engineer and you're not. That's the thing. You're trying to be an engineer and a businessman. You're trying to put everything together, but you're not providing any actual like reasonings. And this is why this is good discussion to have, because a lot of people have this conversation over the internet. What is the mobile chip that they could have used? What's the price of it? So they take out money from the Joy-Cons. Let's go ahead and go. They take out money from the Joy-Cons. So the Joy-Cons suck. The Joy-Cons, they don't have the HD rumble. They don't have any of the innovative features that they have. So you just get two things on the side, all right? So they take out those features. They put the money into the mobile chip. So is that going to make it as strong as a, so what chip is it makes it as strong as a PlayStation 4? And then what's the heat consumption on there? Does it, like, how hot does the system run? And how long does the battery last? Because Nintendo put pretty much the biggest battery that they can put into the Nintendo Switch. They put the biggest one that they can put. So then what's the battery? We have to spend a little bit more on the battery then, right? Because then we have to spend a little bit more on the cooling. Okay, so that's going to make the system bigger. It's going to make the price a little bit more, maybe, because of the battery and because of the cooling, because it's going to be running hotter, because we're going to have this imaginary chip that's stronger, that's going to make it as strong as PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, so then what about the cart sizes? That's going to be an issue. What do we do with that? You know, so let me know, man. let me know. I need to know what chips, what mobile chip do we use? I mean, the X2 would be the only thing. Nintendo holds out a little bit more. They go with an X2, maybe. X2 is not a lot more powerful than X1. Size is just smaller, so get a little better resolution on games, a little better battery life, maybe. System's gonna cost a little bit more. X2 is more expensive. They waited a little bit more. When did the X2 come out? So you don't know any of these things. That's my point. That's my point. You don't know any of these things. Nintendo Switch. You should be asking when the X2 came out. You should be relating that to when the Switch came out. Switch came out in early 2017. The Tegra X1 came out in 2015. There is something called dev kits process. You need to get whatever you're going to use. You need to get that into a dev kit. You need to get that to developers so they can start testing their games and making their games. You need a dev kit. You can't wait for a different mobile chip. You can't wait. Yo, shout outs to David Drayton with the first donation. And also a Toby Blaster! First donation of the stream. Top stream ninja as well. Shout outs. I didn't even notice. Shout outs to my boy David Drayton, also becoming the stream boss. Hit us with that knockout. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate the donation, homie. I really do. First one of the stream. David Drayton. Is that the pizza fun, dude? I'm going to let Colin take this time to research some stuff here. So, says people want Nintendo to make a system that outputs 4K but plays Nintendo IPs, all third-party games, portable, VR for $299, all packed in inside the Switch shell. Sounds to me y'all are broke and can't afford your games. Hashtag get your money up. Hashtag pizza fun. Yeah, exactly. That's the funny thing. They want it to be like a PS4 and Xbox One. They want it to be all these different things for $299 and say, oh, we'll take money out from the Joy-Cons and put it in, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, it makes absolute no sense. And then, like I said, you still have other things, like how hot does it run? What about the cooling, the size of the battery? Like, what else comes into play, you know, like into the system itself? You guys see mobile phones? You know how much this phone cost me? $600. $600. And you guys give some love to David Drayton for the $20 Toby Blaster donation, also being the stream ninja, top stream ninja as well. $600 for this small tiny thing, more than a PS4 and Xbox One at this point combined. $600. 2 gigabytes of RAM. At the time that this phone came out, 2014, this was state of the art Samsung Galaxy S5. $600. Okay? $600 for this, and it had the state of the art mobile chip in it to play games and everything at the time that it came out. And you out here trying to talk about take some money away from Joy-Cons. $600 for a mobile phone, okay? Y'all don't understand. You guys just do not understand this stuff. You guys do not understand. No, 600 bones for a phone? Nah, fam. I know, it's expensive, huh? Kid Potato says, Parsons, the only thing they can do is a new dock. Expensive, sell your soul. Hold up. Expensive, sell or new sell your soul dock. Okay. See what you're trying to say there. Devlock7 says, plus it's funny, people, it's like people haven't noticed how expensive an Xbox One X console is. You pay for power. Asking for that in a hybrid system is insanity. Yeah, exactly. Well, saying, and which is fine, you can ask for it, and if you're going to ask for it, but if you ask for it on my channel, I'm going to say, well, tell me how you get it done. I'm going to ask you, well, how do you get it done? And then that's when, oh, well, they can use something else. What are they going to use? Oh, well, they can take money away from the Joy-Cons. Okay, they take money away from the Joy-Cons, they put in the mobile chip. What do they use? Okay, let's just say they use an X2. X2 is not that much more powerful than X1. Okay, what about the battery? Does it run hotter? Does it, like, do we need a bigger battery? Like, people don't realize all the different things that goes into a system. They just splat out stuff on, I mean, look at Legendary Ray throughout this whole comment section. You know what I'm saying? Just splats out stuff and just expects people to, like I said, it's his opinion, but I mean, just look, see what I'm talking about here? Like, people just say stuff. They don't really have much backing to what they want to say, but they'll just say things. So here on Player Essence, what we like to do is, like, we like to say, well, why? That's the reason why I brought in Shadow Fox. If you guys haven't seen my last week's Player Essence Cross Nintendo, check that out, man. Like, I ask him, yeah, we all don't like certain things with Nintendo Switch Online, but why? Like, what's the thought process? What'd they do that for? What'd they do this for? It's always good to ask questions instead of just saying your opinion and just saying what you think. It's always good to ask, well, why is it that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that way? You don't have to like it at the end of the day, but I think that if you ask why, or if you kind of look into it more, it avoids situations like this, to where you don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it avoids that situation, because you're saying they should have made a stronger system, but you don't even know when the X2 came out. You don't even know, you had no idea about what chip they can use. You know, you're just making up stuff as you go along, you know, like, to try to fit your point. So that's why I think it's good to always ask, well, why is something one way first before you say it should be this way, you know? And we got a lot of subscriptions to go over. Shout outs to Chris G with the subscription. Thank you so much, man. Nerve as well. Brendan E for the subscription. And I already got Hungry Luma. So yeah, 3 new subscriptions. We got like 4 or 5 subscriptions this. Hold up. No, 1. Hold up. How many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subscriptions during the live stream. Good stuff, guys. Thank you for hitting that like button. He's obviously a kid. I don't know if he's a kid. There's adults that think this way. I have no idea if he's a kid or not. There's adults that think this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. All I can do is go off of what somebody says. If you're a kid and you say something, then you're a kid and you say something. You know, when I was a kid, I said a lot of dumb things too. Or I'd say a lot of things that were not necessarily dumb, but not great. You know, so I know what I've been there, done that. But that's why, you know, here, like I said, what we're trying to do here is educate people on exactly, well, why is something this way, or why they do that, or why they do this. I'm just trying to educate. I'm not trying to knock him, or, you know, say, oh, he's dumb or stupid or anything. I'm not trying to do that. All I'm trying to say is, okay, well, let's talk about what you said. Like I said, let's talk about it, you know? If you think it should have been more powerful, how is it going to be more powerful in a hybrid system, you know? So it's always good to talk about things. It's always good to talk about stuff, guys. Let's see here. Old school gamers says, places. Why are games like Doom, Wolfenstein, Skyrim $60 still? They're still $60 still, just because people still buying the game. People are still buying it on the system, so they're still $60. Once the developers or once the retailers decide that they want to lower the price of the game, they'll lower the price of the game. But they're still selling whatever the clip that they're selling at $60. So that's the reason why they're still $60. VCIPZ says, player since, hey OJ, for the Q&A, my question, oh snap, what the heck? Oh my, what the, David again, my boy David Drayton, what they told me, Blaster 2, back to back, my boy David Drayton, what the heck? Shout outs to David Drayton, becoming still lead ninja for the stream, so shout outs, he destroyed himself, he's still the stream boss. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to take him out though. You said David Drayton with another $20 donation that says Nintendo also focuses hard on their IPs. Is Yoshi, Mario, or Kirby in 4K 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second that serious yet? Nintendo is in their own lane, and it's working great. Want power? There's plenty of options. Yeah, I think David Drayton. See, this thing, David Drayton, your mind. First of all, like I said, sharpest man in Player Essence. David Drayton and Andre Wine, 2 of the sharpest men in Player Essence, 2 of the sharpest, best looking men in Player Essence right here. But David Drayton, you have the mind of an adult. You know what I'm saying? You have the mind of logic. You're logical. There's a lot of people that aren't logical when it comes to these things. And if you say, well, you know, that's not really logical, or why are you thinking that way? They'll call you a fanboy. They'll call you, you know, they'll call you names because you can clearly see Nintendo is in their own lane. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, like, let's just separate this from like complaining about Nintendo Switch Online. Let's not talk about the same thing, because that's different, right? Because like everybody thinks that Nintendo can do things, or at least most people think that Nintendo can do things. So I don't want to put the two in together, right? Or complaining about crossplay or whatever the case is. We're talking generally what you're saying here with your comment. We're talking about Nintendo and what they do with their games. And this is the reason why I made that video. Nintendo is in their own generation. This is generation 1 for Nintendo. You know, they're not trying to be like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. If you want that power, then there's plenty of options for you. Nintendo doesn't like, why isn't it ever the other way around? Why can't Microsoft and Sony make something like a hybrid like the Nintendo Switch? Like, why can't you play the games anywhere? Why is crossplay between PS3 and PS Vita so janky? You know what I'm saying? Or between PS Vita and PS4 jank. It's like the jankiest crap out there. Like, I tried to play, Persona. It was horrible. It was jank. It was crap. You need 2 different devices. It's horrible. But yet you don't see people complaining about that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think people stay in their lane. You know, exactly. Nintendo's in their lane. Like, they're not going to make a system that's 4K, 60 frames per second, you know, or something like that, which is fine. We don't need 4 systems with the PC included. So we don't need PC, PS4, Xbox One all to be the same thing. We can have different stuff. Like, if you want that stuff, then it's there for you. If you want to play Doom at 4K, 60 frames per second, it's there for you. Like, if you want, if portability is not a big thing to you, if Joy-Cons and HD Rumble, if that's not important to you, there's other options. Why, like, who cares if you don't like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I spend all my time complaining about PS4 and Xbox One? No, I don't. I can make videos all day complaining about PS4 and Xbox One. Oh, but that's against what the popular opinion is, right? So if you do that, you're a fanboy. But you can make negative videos. You can be like a dude like Legendary Ray come in here and complain about every single thing. Oh, he's a concerned Nintendo fan. But if you do that about PS4 and Xbox One, oh, you're a fanboy. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a drone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's like double standards when it comes to this type of thing, because PS4 and Xbox One are looking at some, like, they're looked at like some type of gold standard. Oh, well, installs are mandatory now. Well, it's okay because PS4 and Xbox One does it. But installs were never mandatory. Why isn't that more of a big deal? Installs being mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that I'm talking about, you know? I just refrain from really complaining about all this stuff. Although I've made like a couple videos, but I can complain all day. I can go to another PS4 and Xbox One dude stream, and I can sit there and complain about PS4 and Xbox One all day. But why am I going to do that? That's a waste of time. It's stupid. I'll just stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? I'll just stay in my. I play what I enjoy and all that. Why am I going to come to a live stream to complain about something all day? To complain every time I come there. That's the dumbest thing in the world, in my opinion. But hey, that's just my thought process. Thank you for the $20 donation, David. I appreciate that. I really do. Let's see here. Kid Potato says it's not like you can't play the games. Well, exactly. Come on, OJ. You know you want to play Kirby in 4K. I don't care. I have an Xbox One X and I barely play anything in 4K. I don't play anything in 4K, and I have an Xbox One X sitting right here, you know, and I don't play anything in 4K. I don't care. Like, I've seen 4K. 4K is cool, but it's not like, I mean, it's not a big deal. Like, if when it happens, but it's all good. Nakota, no Coda here says each platform have different things to offer. They all balance each other out more or less. It's all preference. Exactly. Let's see. Prices. Can a mobile device can hit 4K with the tech we have today? Yeah, there's mobile. Like this phone is like, this is like a 4K screen and all that. Like, you mean like video games? Probably not without melting your phone. But I think But we're seeing like mobile tech that can do 4K. Yeah, like this can like shoot videos and like pictures 4K. But I don't know if you're talking about like anything else. Like Switch can like stream 4K. Like if it had like the Tegra X1 is capable of that. Like the Shield and all that. But I mean, like, nah, not like play like a mobile device that can play games in 4K 60 frames per second. Like, nah, not really. Not anything feasible. I know Kirby in 4K was sarcasm. I know it was. I have to answer it though. VCIPZ says, since you never answered my question, the donation stopped you. What was your question? Repeat your question, my boy. Okay, hold up. No, I see your question. Hey, OJ, for the Q&A, my question is, what are the next 3 NES games you predict will come to the NES service library in January? Dude, I have no idea, man. Like, I'm going to go with what my mom said. So Mario 2. Is Metroid coming? Like Mario 2, Metroid. I don't know if Metroid's part of the ones. Metroid, Mario 2. Man, I don't even know. Like, what other games are there? Ninja Turtles, maybe like Metroid Mario 2 Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh, dude. I have no idea. Um, let's see, players. Most games on Xbox One X don't even run in native 4K. People are insane. Yeah, I've played. For example, I'll give you guys just like a little. I'm gonna lean back just a little bit, guys. I've played Rayman Legends in 4K. That runs, I think, in a native 4K on the Xbox One X, but it's not better than the Rayman Legends on my Switch, because the Rayman Legends on my Switch, I can play. It's in 1080p native, which is fine, which is good enough, and I can play Rayman Legends anywhere that I want on the Switch. That game's actually really dope playing on the screen. Like, it's actually really good. So to me, it's like, well, play Rayman Legends anywhere I want, or play Rayman Legends in 4K. Like, playing anywhere that I want is a little bit more of a better incentive to me. But hey, some people might like 4K more. But yeah, there aren't a lot of native 4K games. The Xbox One X isn't strong. The CPU side and everything, it's just not strong enough. Like, everything is, it's not. But it can do it, but just not for most games. I think next generation we're going to see a lot of native 4K 30 frames per second, even native 4K 60 frames per second games for like a lot of like Japanese games, like PS4, Xbox One games, fighting games, all going to be native 4K 60 frames per second. You don't have a 4K TV? You don't want one? No, yeah, I got two 4K TVs, and I have a 4K monitor, but it's not a very good 4K monitor though. I'll be honest. When are we gonna get Super Nintendo games on the Nintendo Switch Online? If I knew that, then you'd already know. Honestly, I don't care about the 40-year-old games. Oh well, then don't care about them. Then don't play. I don't know. There's a Super Nintendo Classic that you can play that has a bunch of Super Nintendo games on there. There's a virtual console service on the Wii U that you can play. There's like, these are not Super Nintendo games, are old too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here acting like Super Nintendo games and NES games aren't like it's like Atari or something like that. Like the first Atari or Intellivision, bro. Super Nintendo games and NES games, like, that's the next system. So they're like, some of them are literally like the same age or almost the same age. Like, y'all, you're acting like it's like a 3-gap generation between NES and Super Nintendo. That was the next system in line. You know that, my boy, right? Like, I don't care about these 40-year-old games. There's Super Mario Bros. 3 came out in 1990. There's games on Super Nintendo that came out in 1991. Like, it's like you're or 1992. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a year or 2 gap difference, my boy. Like, there's not that big of a difference between NES and Super Nintendo. I just, NES was mid 80s. Super Nintendo came out early 90s. Super Nintendo was pretty much done by like 96. So it's pretty relative same gap in the years, my boy. But I understand that 16-bit games are much nicer than 8-bit games. No, trust me, I know that. But he said, I'm not trying to play these 40-year-old games, as if Super Nintendo games aren't old as hell too. You know what I'm saying? As if Super Nintendo games aren't super old. Like, Super Mario World came out in like what, 91? Mario Bros. 3 came out like in 89, 1990. So it's like they're like right next to each other in terms of age. You know what I'm saying? But if you talk about Super Nintendo, he's like, oh well, I want to see Super Nintendo games, as if those aren't old as hell too. You know? Like, those are old too, you know? Goku's not in Smash 5 says since Nintendo should have made the Switch 4K and 60 frames per second for all their first party, and they should pay to have AAA games like Black Ops and Battlefield if they wanted to be superior. Sony, they should. Shout out to Chibi Vigno with the 3rd donation of the stream. David Drayton's still the top ninja, but Chibi Vigno coming in through with $3 and says Kirby 4K hype. Absolutely, man. I think everyone wants to. You know what? Everyone wants to play Kirby in 4K. Was I so silly not to think that everyone wants to play Kirby in 4K? What am I thinking? What am I thinking here? Well, obviously, Ralph, he was exaggerating. He was exaggerating with the NES games. The NES games are old, but like Super Nintendo games are old too. You know, like that's all I was trying to say. It's like not that big of a, like, the gap is not that big. You know. But yeah, if I knew, to answer your question, really, dude, if I knew when Super Nintendo games are coming, then everybody would know. Like, I don't know what's the point of answering the question. Obviously, nobody knows when Super Nintendo games are coming. There's been no rumors on when Super Nintendo games are coming. All we have is that we know that there's going to be Super Nintendo games based off of the data mine that came out where data miners actually predicted that there's going to be a controller for NES games, like a new controller, and I talked about that on the channel. The same data mine gave us the logos within the Switch for Super Nintendo, a Super Nintendo controller. So Nintendo's probably going to release some type of exclusive Super Nintendo controller for the Nintendo Switch Online. So I mean, it's going to come. We just don't know when. Like, nobody knows when it's going to come, but it's going to come. But like, there's so many different options to play Super Nintendo games. Like, you have literally you have a million options at your disposal. Like I said, like, this is a topic, classic games, that just, to be honest, it somewhat triggers me with classic games, guys. I do. I need to learn how to stop. I need to learn how to, but like, when people start complaining about games that we've bought over and over and over, and I know it's part of the Nintendo Switch line. I get that. It's part of the service and all that. But like, we have access to all these games. We've bought these games a million times. Like, we've already bought, and like, but look, we've had these games portable too, guys. I know portability, that's a big thing with the Switch, playing on the TV and portable. I get that. But I've played Super Metroid and I beat Super Metroid Portable, though. That's the thing. Like, I've beat Super Metroid Portable. A lot of these games were Virtual Console, like on the 3DS. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them Game Boy Advance. Like, they really re-released them e-card readers, or just re-released them Game Boy Advance. Like, it's just over and over the same games, buying the same games over. I'm just not down with it, guys. And I know you guys love classic games, but I'm not down with buying. So that's why I'm fine with this whole Virtual Console thing. It's like, whenever they add Super Metroid, great. Whenever they add, if I really want to play Super Metroid, the Super Nintendo Classic right there. It's right there. You want to play Super Metroid? It's right there. You want to play Super Nintendo? It's right. You can play it. It's right there. I can play Super Nintendo games right now. You guys want to play? We can play Super Nintendo games. There's no waiting for Super Nintendo. Look. It's tiny too, so you can take it around. You can take it over there in the living room. You can take it over here. Look at this thing. It's ready to go. I just had it hooked up the other day. Look at it. Look. Controllers. Ready to go. Super Nintendo right here. Like, what? It's right there, dude. Like, what do we... I'm not going to sit here and get all crazy over Super Nintendo games. They're right there. I can play Super Metroid anytime I want. I have a 3DS. There's Super Metroid on my 3DS. I have a Wii. There's Super Metroid on my Wii. I have a Wii U. There's Super Metroid on my Wii U. There's Wii. I have Super Metroid. I have bought Super Metroid 15 times. I've rented it a million times. How many times am I going to... And I don't understand. Like, I've bought Mario 3 a million times. Where's my NES Classic? I got Mario 3 on my NES Classic, Mario 3 on my 3DS, Mario 3 on my Wii, Mario 3 on my Wii U, Mario. It's all there. Everything's there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going crazy with this Virtual Console stuff for this stuff here, man. Oh man. It's not about one being better than the other. It's about, it's going to come. It's going to come eventually. They're going to come. Like, it's not about being one being. You know what would be better? GameCube. GameCube would be better, right? Because we've never had a GameCube Virtual Console, but GameCube's not here. So that'd even be better than Super Nintendo if we got a GameCube Virtual Console and that's not here. You know what I'm saying? So you can just sit there. You can, whatever you say, you can just top it. It's not about it being better or not. That's not my point. My point is that, like, it's like complaining about Super Nintendo. Like, Super Nintendo's going to come. The data mine already showed us what we're going to get with the NES and the controls and everything. It's going to come. Like, it'll happen. But in the meantime, you can play any Super Nintendo game that you want to play. In the meantime, you know, like, there's access to any Super Nintendo game that you want. Like I said, I get it. Switch, online, you know, like a mobile, portable, home console. Like, I get that. I'm just saying, like, people get crazy. I'm not saying that you are, but people get crazy over classic games. And it's like, how many times are you guys going to be okay with buying the same game over again? Like, that's the thing that I'm not okay with. Like, you know, I'm not okay with continuously buying the same game over and over again. So for me, it's just like, whatever. When they add it, they add it. You know, like, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, I don't know what you're talking about, D-Dub. Let me try to read and try to make sense of what you're talking about here. I guess it's the same notion as when you say I don't care about blank on PS4, but if it comes to Switch, I'll buy it because I can play on the go. It's a bit of a grind, so I'd rather be portable. I guess it's kind of the thing, but I don't even really buy like if it does come to Switch and I want it, I'll buy it. But it's not like I buy a bunch. I don't really buy a bunch of games anyway, because like I get a lot of free games. Like I get like a lot of Bandai Namco stuff for free. I get a lot of stuff, so I don't even really buy a ton of different games. But anyway, if it comes to Switch, maybe I'll consider it. But at this point in my life, guys, I don't got a ton of time to be sitting down in front of a TV and playing. Like I don't have a ton of time, so Switch is a little bit easier for me to play certain stuff. Like even like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like Switch really helped me out because I was able to play that game, portably. That was a real big help for me. But like I said, it's one of those things, D-Dub, what you're saying here, man. It's different strokes for different folks, something like that. That's another saying as well. Whatever you guys want to do, if you guys want to sit there and say this and that and we should get this, that's fine. All I'm doing is having a live stream and reacting to what you guys are saying and trying to put on a little bit of a show. Ultimately, do I care that Glorified Potato or Legendary Ray or any other, do I care about their opinion so much to where I'm like angry? No. I'm trying to put on a show for you guys and make things funny. But no, ultimately, I don't care. Should they have put Super Nintendo? Sure, why not? Should they have put GameCube? Sure, why not? Should they have put Wii? Sure, why not? Should they have made the Switch 4K? Sure, why not? $700? Sure, why not? Why not? $1,000 port? Why not? How about, like I said, why not? Why not? Games costing $70 or $100 with 64 gigabyte cartridges or something. Why not? Go ahead. Why not? We'll get more games that way, right? Bigger cartridges, more games. Sure, why not? All of that. Why not? Go ahead and do it. Why not? At the end of the day, I don't care, guys. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to put on some entertainment. Don't take it like personally. Don't take it seriously. Don't make it seem like I forgot to put PE jokes. Forgot to put don't take it as if I'm trying to sit there and make a stand for certain. Like I don't care. At the end of the day, guys, this is entertainment for you guys. It's entertainment. Let's see here. Chibi Vigno says, hey, OJ, any chances that you'll do a review for Valkyria Chronicles 4? Yeah, there is a chance that I'll do a review for Valkyria Chronicles 4, but if I did, man, it's going to be, I'll be honest, it'll be late. It'll be really late. But I might still do it, though. I might still do it. Like, November, if I can get some time in between The World Ends With You and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, then I'll probably do a review. But then also, like, I want to review Diablo, too, so... I mean, if I have time, I'll do it. If not, we'll do Let's Plays at the least. I agree. Opie Black, dude. I agree, man. A system transfer would be good, but I've already given up hope that Nintendo's ever going to do a system transfer. And I think the only thing that we're going to get in terms of a system transfer is this virtual console service that carries over to the next system because it's all cloud-based or whatever it is. It's all based on what Nintendo's doing online. So I'm guessing that what they're doing is they're building a system to where these games can be transferred over to a different system, no problem. So that's what I'm banking on, and that's the only way I'll buy. Like that's the only thing I'm not gonna buy any classic. I still haven't bought a classic game on my Switch yet. I have not bought any classic games. Like, I haven't bought a Sega Ages game, not yet. I mean, I got to see something that we haven't seen normally. Like a Skies of Arcadia, that's never came to like a virtual console or anything like that. So I'll buy that. But I have not bought any classic games on my Switch. I haven't bought any Neo Geo games. I haven't bought the Beat 'em Ups collection yet. I haven't bought anything. I'm very stingy when it comes to classic games and stuff that I've already played. I might buy the Beat 'em Ups collection because there's online play, so I might buy that. But I mean, like, for the most part, man, I don't buy any of these classic stuff, man. Because I already played it. I've already bought it multiple times, and I'm not trying to buy it again. I didn't buy the Mega Man collection. No, I didn't buy the Mega Man collection. Although it's a good value for the Mega Man collection, but no, I didn't buy that one either. I already bought and played the games like when I was younger. I mean, I might buy it again, maybe later, but I'm not sure. But nope, I'll buy a Mega Man 11 though at some point. Jokes. Hashtag PE jokes. Yeah, the Beat 'em Ups collection, I know it's well worth it. I know the because there's a number of games in the Beat 'em Up collection that I haven't, like the Captain Commando. I want to play that. So yeah. I could tell you like Super Metroid a lot. Yeah, Super Metroid is my favorite Metroid game. I bought it 7 times. I bought it on the Super Nintendo originally. I bought it on the there was like a Game Boy. Could you play it on the Game Boy Advance somehow, like an e-reader or something like that, or was that Metroid Fusion? Whatever. I bought it on the Wii. I bought it on the Wii U. I bought it on the 3DS. I have a Super Nintendo Classic. So that's five Super Metroids, 5 versions of Super Metroids that I have. Which Super Metroid am I getting? Which version of Super Metroid should I play? The Wii version, the Super Nintendo version, the 3DS version, the Wii U version, Super Nintendo Classic version? Which one should I buy? Which one should I play, guys? Oh man. Bad netcode? I don't know. It's just a one-on-one, or like it's just a standard beat 'em up. I don't know if it has a bad netcode or not. Did you look at multiple reviews or just one person's reviews? It could be somebody's bad connection. That could be it too. You played Uncharted 2 6 times? No, I'm saying I paid for Super Metroid multiple times. I've beat Super Metroid like a million times. I've beat Super Metroid like literally, like, if I wanted to be honest, I probably beat Super Metroid like 100 times. I've paid for Super Metroid multiple times, but I've beat it. I've beat it like 100 times. On the Super Nintendo, I didn't have a lot of games when I was a kid, and Super Metroid was a game that I could speedrun. I mean, I would speedrun through Super Metroid, try to see the best I can get. I'd play that game religiously. It's like Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. I beat Donkey Kong Country like 200 times. Whenever I was sick from school, or I was sick and I had to stay home, Donkey Kong Country. Weekends, Donkey Kong Country. When I got a game, I played the hell out of it. I explored every single little inch of the games that I got when I was a kid, because I didn't get many games. Get a game at maybe, like I said, maybe birthday, maybe Christmas, and that was it growing up, man. That was it. Like, sometimes not even birthday, sometimes couldn't get a game, couldn't afford it, so Pokemon cards instead, And that was fine. I was cool. I got Pokemon cards. My mom would usually take me out to, my mom would go buy me McDonald's, and she'd like buy me a cookie, and then she'd take me and she'd get me Pokemon cards. And although I couldn't get a game, I was so happy that my mom took me to McDonald's and bought me a cookie and bought me Pokemon cards. It was fine. So I understood. I wasn't like upset like when we couldn't afford a game. And then Christmas, sometimes we'd get a game, like one game for Christmas, So she did everything she could. So it was good. It was good. Like I said, the hard times prepared us for all the better times, because now everybody's okay. Like, we struggled when we were younger, but now everybody's good. Like, my mom's good, my sister's good, my brother's good. We're all okay. Everybody's okay now. So it made us stronger. It made us strive for to work harder and harder. So yeah. Let's see here. Yep, same here, OJ. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't always afford games, man, but it was cool. Like, I was happy. I was like, McDonald's, because I didn't get to eat McDonald's a lot. So I'm at McDonald's and Pokemon cards. That was a good day, my guy. Yeah, I didn't get a game, but still you got a rare card in every pack of Pokemon cards. And a lot of times I was lucky though, because every time that my mom bought me Pokemon cards for my birthday, I always used to get like a holographic. My mom would buy me like 3 Pokemon packs. Like, she'd get me a good. Back then, the packs were only like $2 back then. So she'd buy me a number of packs. She'd give me 3 or 4 packs. And one time she actually gave me enough money to actually buy the Thunder starter kit, like, to teach me how to play the game. Like, she gave me like $20, and that's how much it was at Toys R Us. So that's not enough for a Super Nintendo game, but it was enough to go get like the Thunder, or it wasn't enough for an N64. I think N64 was what was in at that time. It wasn't enough for a game. Like a game that I wanted, but it was enough for that. So I rode my skateboard to the mall and I bought the Thunder starter pack, and it had like it taught me how to play the game. Like, before, I used to collect cards and I didn't know how to play, but it had like a little CD, like a little interactive CD that you can put in the most ghetto computer and it would work, dude. Like, this thing would run off of almost thin air. And you can play the game and it teaches you, and that was like one of the best. Like, my mom, like, I kept on saying I love her, and I was like, thank you so much. And all she gave me was $20 to go get that. But I was so happy because I learned how to play the game. And it gave you like a deck. It gave you a full deck. It gave you energy cards. That's the one thing I was missing. I was missing the energy cards. It gave you a bunch of energy cards. It gave you a mat, a coin, damage counters, burn, paralyze. It gave you all that stuff. So I was like, yo, I can actually play now. So it taught me how to play the game. So I was forever grateful, even though I didn't get a game that year, or that for my birthday. I got a game in Christmas, but whatever. But yeah, even though I didn't get that, like I was so grateful because like it taught me how to play. And then I started going to the Pokemon League with Toys R Us, which we're gonna talk about tomorrow, guys. Looks like Toys R Us might be coming back. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, I started going to the Pokemon League. I started winning the Pokemon League at Toys R Us, so it was great. That was the beginning. I thank my mom for that. $20 went a long way back in the 90s. It did go a long way. However, with inflation, if you look at the video game prices, a lot of new games were actually more expensive back then than they were now at this point. Like Chrono Trigger was $70, you know. So so yeah, Chrono Trigger was $70. Like Earthbound was like $70 too, or like $60 or whatever. A lot of games were expensive back then. Like Pokemon Stadium was $59.99 for Pokemon Stadium on the 64. So it was with tax, even with California tax back then, it was like came out to like $64, $65 for Pokemon Stadium back in like 2000 or whatever. So a lot of games even back then were more expensive, technically more expensive than they are now at this point. So yeah, like Chrono Trigger was more expensive, way more expensive now at this point. Pokemon Stadium, a lot of games were more expensive, so it was tough to get games. You have to wait till they go on sale, discount, stuff like that. But a lot of them were still really expensive. Like they were still like let's say like Pokemon Stadium, you want that game used? Oh, $50, you know, $50 used, $47 used. So even if it was cheaper, you still couldn't afford it, you know. Like even if it was cheaper, you still couldn't afford it, you know. Unless you had a PlayStation. PlayStation games were actually cheaper. PlayStation games, because of the media format, those were like a lot of them were $40. So your boy didn't have a PlayStation back then. But even then, I couldn't afford $40 anyway. So it wasn't like I could afford $40 anyway. So. Goku is not in Smash 5, says player, since as someone who owns Super Mario on at least 6 different platforms, I do not understand why people even care about VC. Are you not tired of these games over and over? That's why I guess they're called classics, right? Because people love to play them over and over. So yeah, apparently people aren't tired of them, so they'll buy them over and over. Grubby Cannon says, you're lucky. When I was sick, my mom said I was supposed to be resting, not playing games. Well, my mom, there's not really anything that my mom could do because my mom would go to work, so. So it's not like she could have done anything. It's like, okay, I'm going to work. I'll be like, all right, mom, bye. And then she leave, and I'll be like, game time. My mom was cool about it. She'd get me Sprite, you know, because we never drank soda in our house. Like when we only got soda on special occasions, like barbecue, Christmas, holiday, something like that. But when we did get, like, we would always get Diet Sprite, Diet 7-Up, Diet 7-Up, and 7-Up. So my mom would give me 7-Up, give me medicine. Say, have fun, stay in bed. I'd stay in my bed and I'd play Super Nintendo, or I'd just have a bunch of blankets draped around me and just play Super Nintendo, like on my TV. You know, lie down on the ground and just play Super Nintendo. It was great. It was the best time of my life, man. It was really good. Oh, you said I was spoiled. I got a new toy or game every time my mom won the lottery. Your mom won the lottery multiple times? What? Let's see. Devlock7 says, I used to get ZX Spectrum games a few times a year, and then a little later on was all about PC and N64, GoldenEye, and Mario Kart Perfect Dark. That was enough, and some PS1 demo discs. Yeah, well, my brother had a friend that his parents would get him stuff. Like his parents bought him like Perfect Dark and bought him games. And also I had a friend, my friend Turtle, in 6th grade. His parents would buy him games normally. Like, not all the time, but like normally, you know? So your boy was over at his house playing PlayStation. I used to play, like, you guys remember Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22? We used to play that before that was officially released in the States, because it came out in the States much later. We used to play like bootleg. We used to play Ultimate Battle 22 with like the action replay with the PlayStation. You take a pencil. This was super ghetto. You take a pencil and you put it on one of the things and you hold it up, and then you put the disc in. It spins. You take the disc out. Then you put in the bootleg version of Ultimate Battle 22, the Japanese version. Dude, I was playing with Great Saiyan, man. I had no idea who he was, playing with Kid Gohan. This was like I said, back in like the late 90s. Dragon Ball Z was at like the Frieza arc back then. You know what I'm saying? In America. So I was playing with Teen Gohan and Great Saiyaman and Majin Vegeta, and we had no clue who these dudes were. But we were using them, and it was fun. So I was playing Dragon Ball GT. We would play Dragon Ball GT. Oh my gosh, Dragon Ball GT on the PlayStation 1. The most ghetto, most horrible Dragon Ball game ever made. It was such utter trash. But we didn't know who these characters were, and it was 3D graphics. The controls were so laggy. Like, you press a button, Goku punches a second or two later, man. So funny, dude. So funny. But yeah, I used to go over to my friend Turtle's house and play all the PlayStation games. He had Resident Evil. He had Tomb Raider. So I would play those games. Tomb Raider sucks. It sucked back then, but I still played it. So I would just play those back then. It was good time, man. Yeah, that's back then. You really had to rely on your friends. Like if your parents didn't have enough money to buy all the games like that, you really had to rely on your friends. I'd ride my bike to my friend's house miles, go over there play like Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it when it first came out. My friend had it. Went over there and played it. Man. And then I remember when I've told this before, but when my one of my friends went to Greece for the summer, he let me borrow every time that he went to Greece. 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. He went to Greece, and he would let us borrow his PlayStation for the whole summer. So I was playing Gran Turismo, and I was playing Tekken, and I was just playing. It was my Christmas. 3 months of all these cool PlayStation games. It was the best thing ever, man. And like when he came back, he's like, "Oh, let me like," and he wasn't even like stingy. Like when he came back, he'd wait a couple of weeks and then say, "Hey, can I have my PlayStation back?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool. Here you go." I give it back to him. But that's what I did back then, man, because I couldn't afford a PlayStation 1. So yeah, man. Player says, "Do you think we'll get a dedicated Fire Emblem Direct next year?" Yeah, I think we'll get one, something like that. Let's see. Lex Graham says, "I'm 37. Back in the day, Super Metroid was $75. Premium Nintendo games cost more." Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. I remember, and that actually brought up a story. I remember when we went to the store. We were at Walmart, man. We were at Walmart, and me and my brother, we really wanted Super Metroid. And then my mom saw the prices. She was like, she was like squinting. She thought it was a price error. She was like, she had the weirdest look on her face. And my brother were just like what's going on? Are we not going to get the game? So my mom would always improvise. So she took us to, it was a family friend that had a rental place, okay? And we ended up, she let us rent the game. Like we did like a 2-week rental of the game. So he was cool. He hooked us up with like a 2-week rental. So we played and beat the game multiple times and had fun with Super Metroid. And then eventually we ended up getting it later. I think I bought it off of a friend or something like that for like cheap because he needed money. Like I think I bought it off him for like $17. He just needed some money. So I was like, all right. He wanted to buy like a new game like on PlayStation 1. And he was like, "Oh, I'll sell you Super Metroid for like $17. I was like, okay, yeah. Like I scrounged together pennies, nickels, anything that I could, got $17 together and paid it for it. So I was like, yeah, now I got Super Metroid now. But that was years later that happened, years and years later, like into the nearly like the GameCube era. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like nearly like GameCube. So, or like even well past like into the N64 era. So yeah, but going back to what my mom was like, she could not believe the prices of some of these games, man. Like people don't realize, man. People don't realize how expensive they were. Yeah, the PS1 Dragon Ball games were horrible. Dude, I loved Ultimate Battle 22. I know they weren't that great, but man, I loved Ultimate Battle 22, dude. I loved it. Yeah, growing up in the 90s, I don't know how I got games. I think I was behind the times. I was getting Sega Genesis games when the N64 was out, I think. Well, yeah, because once the next systems came out, a lot of those games got discounted heavily. So it's not like these games stayed super expensive afterwards. Like if you waited, you definitely were rewarded because then you can buy some of these games later. However, some of them did keep their value based on how good that they were, So like Pokemon Stadium kept its value for a long time after it was released. But yeah, definitely, I 100% agree, man. If you waited, you definitely, like my dad, back on the NES days, the NES games weren't necessarily as expensive, from what I remember. But then again, I don't remember ever buying an NES game because I wasn't old enough. But I just remember we had a whole bunch of NES games because they'd always be selling them at garage sales because some of them didn't work properly. Like it took forever to work. So you could get NES games on the discount, because like a lot of them didn't work properly. Like, so Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. It was almost like a mystery whether you bought a used game. Is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, man. So Watson says GT was out of Japan when Frieza arc was going on in America. Yeah, exactly. 96, that's when GT started, right? 95, 96. So yeah, that was definitely, I was actually, yeah, GT was 96, 95. So yeah, she thought it was a price error, man. He says, Solo Watson says, places, luckily I was blessed to have a generous mom who had a ton of luck with the lottery. Every time she won, she bought us a new game. Yo, man, shout out. That's good. That's good stuff, dude. That's good stuff. Yeah, but my mom blessed me with the best cooking ever, so I will be happy about that. We never went hungry. I'll tell you that right now, and I thank her for that because there's a lot of people who can't afford food, who can't afford good food, and my mom would always make good food, like her good chicken and rice, and she'd make. So we never went hungry, and there was a lot of us. There was 4 of us, so we never went hungry. So I thank her for everything for that. It's not even about video games and what she. To be honest, it wasn't even even looking back. Like, it was never even about video games and what she can buy and what she couldn't buy. Like, even when I was a kid, it was never about that. Like, it was just about, her doing her best. Like, as long as my mom was happy and, and I tried to do my best and she did what she could, I was happy, because I knew eventually I'd grow up and I'd be able to buy games, So it wasn't even like I needed it right now. And I wasn't even, like, angry about it. And like I said, we still had games, like, we still had, like, the Christmases would go by and like we would still get like a couple games, sometimes maybe even 3 between me and my brother. We might get 2 or 3 games on Christmas. So they piled up. Each year you get a few games. Maybe you buy a game off of a friend here or there for cheap. They piled up. So we got stuff. Just not a lot. Not like today. Now I got like now it's like a million games. I don't even play them all. Now it's like. So now it's like, now there's too many games, There's just so many. Whereas, so I don't know. I guess I don't appreciate it. Like, if I was a kid, if the younger me walked into this room, my jaw would probably freaking hit the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd probably be like, ooh, like, it would probably, like, I'd probably go nuts, if I walked into this room for today, So it is what it is, man. Yep, Deadlock says, yep, all my friends would hang out and we'd bring our controllers and have late night GoldenEye. Yep, Perfect Dark games were about 55 euros, or no, British pounds on the N64 new. Yeah, man, that's what we did too. Like, we had a lot of party nights with GoldenEye or Perfect Dark, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Ash Tooken Productions says, places I remember back in the day, my brothers and I would walk to Best Buy to play Smash Melee, and we would be playing for hours. Yeah, I actually told the story before, but I'll say it again. At the Blockbuster, not really near my house, but I'd take my bike. They had a Sega Saturn there, and that was one of those like systems. Like, this was before I started going to Player One and playing the games there. But they had, like, obviously you have to pay for Player One, so sometimes I would opt to go to Blockbuster. And they had a Sega Saturn there. That's where I played Knights, and I thought it was amazing. I'd play Smash Brothers 64. That's where I first played Smash 64, was at Blockbuster. That's where I first played Pokemon Snap, was at Blockbuster. A lot of my first times playing games was at Blockbuster because you can play the free demos. So pretty much any of the games, like, that came out, the big games that came out like in 1990, like 98, I would go to I would ride my bike, but the Blockbuster was kind of far, but I'd still ride my bike there. I'd ride my bike there and I'd play the game. So it was great, man. It was a lot of fun. I'd go there and play it. Although they had like a time limit, like if people were waiting, you obviously had to let somebody else play. But a lot of times there was nobody there playing the games. So it was just like, I can just play. And they had a couple different units there. So it was cool. Yeah, man, I remember those days. Casual versus person. Did you ever watch the old Toonami promos? They got you hyped back then. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, the old Toonami promos. Oh, yeah, like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Oh, man, those were great. Those were really good, yeah. Heck yeah, I watched them, man. Grubby K9 says, when Blockbuster was still around, my dad had us on his account and rented Sonic Adventure 2, and I kept it for 5 years. Let's say I screwed up my dad's credit. Oh, man. Blockbuster was horrible because you had to return the games before noon. Even if you rented a game, let's say you rented a game like at 7 o'clock at night, on a weekend, which many times you did, you still had to have the game back like Monday by noon. It was stupid. It was so dumb, like a 3-day rental. And I hated that because it's like, wait a minute, like we rented it at 7 p.m. You have to have it back before noon. And like that was the down. I think that was one of the biggest downfalls with Blockbuster, dude. Was that like we stopped renting from there after that. We started going to Video City instead of Blockbuster. Artist says even though $60 is the norm nowadays, you can still find games costing more than $100. Yeah, back then, absolutely, absolutely. My mom did the same. She had 6 sons. Oh, 6 of you guys there, man. It's crazy, dude. Lex Cramps says, places in my area, Blockbuster hosted NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, and Clay Fighters tournaments. Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't really go to any tournaments, but I know, like, for Blockbuster, but I know, like, the mom and pop shop called Player One that I used to go to as a kid. I talk about that a lot. They hosted, like, tournaments for, like, I used to go there and, like, play Madden. I won a Madden tournament a couple times there, like Madden 04, Madden 05, Madden 06. No, not Madden 06. I was already in college. I didn't go there for that. But Madden 05, Madden 04, Madden 03. There was a tournament there for, what was it? There was like Def Jam, Vendetta or whatever. They had a tournament for that game. They had a bunch of different tournaments that there. They had a Mario Kart tournament that I went to and played. I lost, though. It's unfortunate. Mario Kart, what was it? Mario Kart 64? I think it was Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart 64, not Double Dash. Double Dash was too much later there. But yeah, Mario Kart 64. They had tournaments for all. They had speedrunning tournaments back then too, like who can beat like the first 5 levels of like Super Mario World or certain levels in Super Mario World, like the harder ones. Like they do all sorts of stuff. They have like prizes, like gift cards, like you get like store credit for games. It was all they did all sorts of cool stuff, man. I loved Player One back in the day, man. It was great. It was great. It was so cool, man. The people that owned the shop and everything. I'm still sad that it closed down. I'm still sad. I mean, if it still was, I wish there was more mom and pop shops. Like, I think we need more mom and pop shops, man. Like with video games, like I don't know, like we have one here in town, and like I need to start going there more and actually start buying stuff to support them. But like, there's too many freaking like. There's too many like Dungeons and Dragons nerds there. You guys ever seen that movie Role Models? Like when I walk into that place, it reminds me of that movie Role Models, like with the guy that plays the guy that plays the nerdy character in there, like McLovin. You know, it reminds me of McLovin every time that I used to go in there. So it'd just be like, man, you have these guys that are like, you know, dressed up as Wookiees and so it's like they doing this stuff like normal. So I mean, like it kind of turned me off a little bit. But I mean, like, but I mean, no, there ain't nothing wrong with doing that. So I mean, if you want to do that, that's cool. But it's just like there's always like some type of nerd like breathing down your neck or something, like, which I'm a nerd too. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's something about it that made me stop going there. Maybe I need to start going there again though. So I think it's called like Autos or something like that. LARPing, yeah, man, LARPing, dude. I remember I went like there was these guys that I used to hang out with. The guy that taught me how to do nunchucks. For those who don't know, I know how to use nunchucks fairly well. I'm not gonna like, you know, when you see most people that don't know how to use nunchucks, they'll go they'll hold it out from their body, you know, and start spinning it. Whereas like, you know, I can like flip it like normal and everything like that and not be worried that I'm going to kill myself, you know. So the guy who taught me how to use nunchucks, like he went to a Christian school here in town, and like he taught me how to use the nunchucks. He taught me how to like jump and roll off of high places, you know. So if you're jumping off of a place that's really high, how to not break your legs, you know. So he taught me how to do that. So he just taught me how to do like a lot of ninja stuff, you know. And he was part of a LARPing group, and they wanted me to be part of it, like an RPG, like LARPing type of like Renaissance group. So I recently watched the movie Role Models, although I saw it back in the day, but I didn't really remember. But I recently watched it again, and I was just dying laughing because like you think that it's an exaggeration of what they were doing during that movie Role Models, like the LARPing, but it's like, nah, it's like, that's how these people act. You know what I'm saying? Like these people out here like, oh, you cut off my arm, you know, oh, my leg, you know, like, you're like, oh, my HP's down, you know, like they took that stuff seriously, man. And I went to one of those and I was like, bro, I don't know if I can do this. You know, like it was a little too much for me, man. It was a little, it's not even about hardcore cosplay, bro. This is it's not even about hardcore because like cosplay, like the outfits in cosplay are so fragile. You can't really fight people. Like in cosplay, you can't really do much because like the outfits are fragile, right? Like they're not built to be doing that. Whereas like this, like you have people that are wearing just really basic cosplay, you know, like super basic. Like they have that, like they'll have like their crest or whatever, like made out of cardboard, you know. But like they took time, but it's stuff to where it's like mobile, you know, normal clothes underneath that and stuff like that. So like when I went there, like I saw them doing the RPG stuff and hit points and LARPing, and I was just like, man, I was like, bro, I can't go to this. I went to another one, but I just because he was a friend of mine. But I mean, it was nah, it wasn't my thing. And also like I'm a lot like I played football. I was a lot stronger than them, so like I felt like bad because like these guys were like skinny nerds and I was this big football player and I was gonna, you know, you give me a fake sword and a shield, I'm gonna go out there and freaking be like, you know, King Arthur or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like freaking 300, I'm gonna be Sparta kicking people and stuff like that. I ain't gonna go easy on nerds just because they're nerds. So that's another reason why I didn't want to do it, because I felt like I was gonna hurt one of them with these things here, you know? So yeah, man. Lapo murder. You started Torn of the Golden Country, great game. Absolutely, it's really good. See, there's different kind of nerds because I'm a nerd, but those kind of nerds are too much for me. No, I like those type. See, the thing about it is that I met a lot of cool people there. Those type of nerds are the nerds that will actually be your friend for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's some douchebags, blah blah blah, whatever. But those type of nerds are really cool nerds. The only reason why I don't talk to those nerds anymore is because time. That's the only reason. Time and like space. I mean, if I knew where they were, I wouldn't mind hanging out with them again. Whereas the people that were actually my friends that weren't nerds, like, they could hang out with me, but they don't want to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only reason why I probably don't hang out with these dudes anymore. They were really cool to me. They were really nice. They were really nice to me, and they were like, if I knew where they were or what they were doing, I would totally hang out with them. Whereas the people that I used to hang out with, would I hang out with them now? Maybe not. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing stopping from those people that I used to hang out with from giving me a call. There's nothing stopping them from hanging out with me, but they don't want to, you know? So it's not like I said, it's not like I hate them or anything, but I would totally hang out with them because they were all really cool. Like, they were all really nice and really cool to me. So yeah. Artist Gear says, I'm a buff nerd. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I'm a buff nerd too. It's okay. Being a buff nerd is good. DJ King Gaming says, I first played Smash 64 in the hospital back in 2000. I was so clueless because Mario, Pokemon, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong were the only I knew, and Smash 64 made me be a Nintendo fan. Oh wow. People won't go to mom and pop shops, so you can just go to Walmart. That's true. That's exactly true, D-Dub. I just wish that there was more. No, these people, D-Dub, these people won't even reach me though. Like, I've tried to reach out sometimes, and I'm not gonna sit here and chase. I'm not gonna sit here and chase people that don't want to talk to me or are gonna be difficult to talk to. Like, I don't care enough. It's not like I'm super social anyway with like people like that. You know, like I'm really not. Like I only want to talk to people that want to talk to me. So you guys want to talk to me. You guys take hours out of your day or time out of your day to come talk to me. So I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and chase people that don't want to talk to me. They all know my live stream. They all know what I do. None of them watch my videos. None of them watch my content. None of them reach out to me or anything like that. They all have my contact. You know what I'm saying? They know what I do, and they still don't care. So why am I going to waste my time reaching out to them? I'm on the internet, and they know exactly what I do. You know? So, I mean, like, and we were cool beforehand. So, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to waste my time on them. I'm going to talk to you guys because you guys are willingly here. You guys are my new friends, not them. So yeah, man. Do I ever play the PS4? What's a PS4? Buff nerd, hashtag buff nerds. Let's go. My guy Oji was about to bring out the Monado from them. Yeah, man. All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it on there. We're at nearly 3 hours. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate all the subscriptions, the sponsors. Shout outs to David Drayton. Top ninja for the stream. You guys give it up for David Drayton. He was this top stream ninja. And somebody almost knocked him out with that $3, but not quite. So shout outs to him as well. Thank you, David Drayton, for one of the Pizza Fund donations that will go to the Pizza Fund. Although I ate too much pizza last week, guys. I only lost 1 pound last week. Or from last week to this week, I only lost 1 pound. So I'm only going to eat 1 pizza this week. I think last week I had 3 pizzas. So that's kind of stunting my weight loss. So yeah, only one pizza this week. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Make sure you guys check out the videos on the channel. We've got a lot of cool stuff that went up. Torn of the Golden Country review, that's going down. You know what I'm saying? That went down already. We also have the rumor about Animal Crossing. You want to watch more information on that, so make sure you guys check that out as well. Let's see here. Do we have anybody who's streaming? Anybody who's streaming that I can raid? All right, man. We got my boy PhD Plays. You guys check out PhD Plays. He's the guy at the top right here.
That really is.
All right.
He's a Melly,
So he is streaming The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Or no, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. So you guys check out my boy P. We're gonna raid PhD. We're gonna raid PhD. We'll get Nintendo next time. Or we're gonna get my boy PhD. So make sure you check out. He only has 3 people watching too. So he's playing some Majora's Mask. So yeah, you guys go check him out. Let him know that we sent you over here. You know, from Player Essence. And once again, check out the videos on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys for the next stream. Peace out.